It's a point of all fans being heard at all times. Number 6 says, Monroe Moccasins are not responsible for spectator injuries. The ticket holder assumes and risks and danger incidental to the game of hockey, including but not limited to danger of being injured by a flying puck or a hockey stick. And here inside the arena, the NPHL, its officers and employees of participating clubs, their agents and players are not liable for injuries resulting from such cases.
Hello, Zydeco fans, and welcome to the Zydeco pregame show brought to you by Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Andy Petzinger here, way up top. I should say way up top. We actually got a pretty good vantage point here at the Monroe Civic Center. Um, I had to climb a ladder to get up onto this scaffolding up here, so I got my workout done for the rest of the month. So good good workout, upper body workout there. But Andy Petzinger up here in the broadcast booth getting you prepped and ready for the very first game of this 4-game Thanksgiving week gauntlet that the Zydeco are going to be on. Tonight, your Baton Rouge Zydeco start out by taking on the Monroe Moccasins for the very first time here up north in Monroe. Taking a look back last weekend, the Zydeco were able to secure 5 out of a possible 6 points against the Port Huron Prowlers. However, it really wasn't the type of weekend that the Zydeco were entirely happy with on the ice. They really had a tough time throughout the week finding some consistency, and they spent a lot of time in the penalty box in game 2, and it really was a killer in the end, and nearly dethroned, or not dethroned, but took the Zydeco out of the game if it wasn't for a late goal from Elijah Wilson, who we're going to hear from in just a couple of minutes. But take a look at Friday night. So the Zydeco were down 2-0 before the end of the first period had even come, and really had to lean on their power play and penalty killings just to get themselves back into the contest. Power play goals from Brody Thornton, who we're also going to hear from, and Kevin Sabah tied the game up nearly halfway through the third period. Tyler Larwood redirected kind of a floating shot from Matthew Gordon at full the goaltender Nusiainen, and that gave the Zydeco a 3-2 lead. They would end up holding that toward to the end of the game to earn their 8th win of the season. Brendan Colgan was in net for that game. He stopped 25 out of 27 shots for his 6th win of the season. Game 2, the Zydeco would end up getting the lead first in that game right before the end of the first period. Narek Alexanian with time clicking down on the clock, but that was tougher to get out than I thought it was going to be. Time clicking down on the clock, he showed great patience to really bring the puck out from behind the net and give himself a little bit of a better shooting angle. He easily could have tried to just wrap it around and try to stuff it home, and it would have gotten stopped. But he saw that he had some time. He saw that he had some space. And there's a good pick in front of the net, too, by Scott Chirac, where he was able to lift the defender's stick and tie him up, and it gave Alexania that space where he was able to backhand it up over the glove of the goaltender to give the Zydeco a 1-0 lead. The second period, though, saw zero change on the scoreboard as far as goals go, but the penalty minutes certainly racked up, and they racked up fast. In the entire period, the Zydeco had 25 penalty minutes. And the Prowlers, they had 33. That included a 10-minute unsportsmanlike, or a 10-minute misconduct, excuse me. But at the end of the day, the Zydeco penalty kill was just a little bit too much for my liking. And if you give any team in this league enough opportunities with the man advantage, they're certainly going to cash in. And Port Huron did exactly that. 2 power play goals in the third period, flipped the script on the Zydeco, and they ended up trailing 2-1. And really, for the first time all season long, the Zydeco looked to be like they were fully out of gas. They were held only to 4 shots in that third period, and they really couldn't get anything going. There was no offensive zone time, no sustained pressure or anything of that nature. Finally, though, with the extra attacker on, so basically it was a power play, and there were 2 missed empty net opportunities for the Prowlers as well that resulted in icing. But Elijah Wilson tied the game up at 2 with a wrist shot through traffic that found a way to beat the goaltender on the short side. That sent it to overtime. And overtime offered a few decent chances on each side, but eventually the game would need to be settled in the shootout. That's where Dmitry Kuznetsov stepped up to the plate. And after being out of the lineup for 3 games straight, he scored the only goal in the shootout and ended up getting the Zydeco the victory. Bailey Stevens was in net for that game, 19 out of 21. 19 saves on 21 shots for him, and he stopped all 3 shootout attempts as well. Like I had said before, talked with Elijah Wilson pregame just about, what happened last weekend and how the Zydeco can avoid getting pulled off their game like they did last week, because Monroe plays a pretty similar game to the Prowlers. Let's hear what he had to say.
Downstairs pregame to tonight's contest against Monroe. Got Elijah Wilson with me. Willie last weekend grabbed 5 of 6 possible points against the Prowlers. Good weekend. However, it wasn't really the way that you guys typically play. Got pulled off of your game just a little bit. How was the vibe from the team just after the weekend was over?
It was good. Port Huron has a real specific style of play. They like to kind of drag you into their stuff, and they're good at it. And when you start playing their game, that's when you get those 2-1, 3-4 kind of games. We're extremely happy to get the points though, and to be first in the division. We know there's a target on our back, and we played a couple more games than a couple other teams, but we know it's important and imperative to get every point that we can early in the season.
Well, and Monroe can be quite an aggravating team to play against themselves. What needs to happen for you guys, just kind of as a unit, to refrain from getting pulled off your game, like what happened last Saturday specifically?
It's just stick to the plan. We're a real speedy team, and we like to stick up for each other. It's just the extra stuff, not taking that 2 minute after someone already took a penalty. And there's times to stand up, and then there's times to take the power play, take the goals, take the points. But no, Monroe, they do a good job, kind of like Port Huron. I would say they have a little bit more skill, so you got to be careful with that. But no, they're another good team as well.
Awesome, Elijah Wilson, team leader in goals and points. Keep it up, buddy.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, a couple of really good nuggets there from Elijah Wilson. First and foremost, just talking about how the Zydeco now have a target on their back. They're in first place now, finally in the Continental Division. Teams are going to have an eye out for them. They're going to want to try to take down the Zydeco. So it's important that they do stick to the plan. They don't venture away from their game plan and get sucked into what the other team is doing and taking some penalties behind the whistle or after the whistle, right? Like he had said, the extra stuff just can't happen. There's a time and place to go and try to protect your teammate. If you've already got a power play, you don't want to go and start mixing things up and make it a 4-on-4 or, completely eliminate that power play. That's a couple of times that happened on Saturday, and it's just going to take you out of the ball game, and it's going to make life a lot harder for you to try to stay in the hockey game. The special teams for the Zydeco showed two very different sides this past weekend. Friday saw the Zydeco convert on 2 out of 3 of their power play opportunities. So, and they were perfect on the penalty kill as well. On Saturday, however, the power play was pretty quiet on 3 opportunities. Had a couple chances here and there, but nothing too crazy. On the PK, they were fine until the third period when, admittedly, they were probably a little exhausted. There were only technically 4 opportunities on the penalty kill according to the score sheet, but they were certainly utilized quite a lot. And like I said, the Prowlers had scored twice, going 2 for 4 on the night. And that's the first time the Zydeco had given up multiple power play goals in a game all season long. I talked with Brody Thornton before the game on just the special teams in general, what's made them successful all year long, and just a little bit about his own success to start the season. So let's hear from him real quick.
Downstairs pregame with Brody Thornton before our matchup against the Monroe Moccasins. Brody, you're part of both special teams units that have been just so successful all year long. What are some of the biggest contributing factors that you've seen behind the power play and the PK being so successful?
I'd have to say just communication with all the guys. We practice pretty much every day, PK and power play, special teams. I think communication is the best thing, and knowing where your guys are going to be at 24/7 on the ice. So I think communication is honestly 100% what we always use. So always just calling for the puck, getting shots on net, getting someone in front, just knowing where guys are and everything.
It's been a real good start to your season specifically as well. What are you most happy about with your game?
With my game, I'd have to say just being on the ice. I feel like with all the guys, I feel like just being where I want to be, playing hockey every day, waking up, skating, working out whenever I can. I feel like that's just where my mindset's at, and I'm going to keep that mindset until the end of the season. So
4 games in the next 5 days. How prepared are the guys for what's probably going to end up being the toughest stretch of the year to date?
I think taking care of our bodies, we did that yesterday and the day before, and we have all the tools that we need to help the guys out and see what they need and get what they need, and just making sure everybody's body is okay for the next 5 days for the stretch of 4 games.
Beautiful, Brody Thornton. Thank you.
The ever humble Brody Thornton talking, not like it talking about himself and what's made him successful all year long. But I did like what he said about the power play and the penalty kill. Just talking about communication, how important that is. Just be able to talk with everyone on the ice and just shout out exactly where you are, where they're at, and knowing where everyone is going to be. If you take a look at the power play, when the power play is going to get an opportunity today, the puck movement is very, very fast. It doesn't stay on their sticks for longer than a second and a half before they end up making a decision on where to go with the puck. So it's you have to know where everybody is at and what they're doing and where they're going in order for it to have that kind of speed to it. And having that kind of speed is going to move the penalty killers around in a very fast pace, and it's going to tire them out very quickly. And with a team like Monroe, who takes a lot of penalties, you want to exhaust that penalty kill as much as you possibly can. We're going to head to our first commercial break, but before we get to that, want to do a quick shout out to our viewing party out at Le Chien Brewery. I know we've got quite a few people. The game is on the TVs over there, so hello to everybody over at Le Chien Brewery. Hope you guys are having a good time, and hope you guys are going to enjoy the show for today. So let's go to our first commercial break. We'll come back, talk with head coach Everett Thompson, just looking at tonight's game and recapping what went on against the Prowlers last weekend. You are watching the Zydeco pregame show, brought to you by Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
Welcome back to the Monroe Civic Center. We are in the Zydeco pregame show brought to you by Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Andy Petzinger here, getting you prepared for tonight's game. So, like I had mentioned, talk with head coach Everett Thompson just a little bit before the game tonight. It's the first time that the Zydeco and the Moccasins meet since October 20th, when those teams two went back and forth in a very spirited affair. Moccasins ended up walking away with their first ever win in franchise history with a 6-5 shootout victory. So talked with Everett a little bit about what he's seeing now from the Moccasins, since it's been about a month. Both teams have kind of grown since that time. So let's listen to what Coach Everett has to say.
All right, downstairs with head coach Everett Thompson pregame. Everett, it seemed like last week, specifically on Saturday, the guys kind of got away from what typically makes them successful. What was it in the second period that just kind of pulled them away from their game?
Oh, Port Huron came in and did what they usually do. They got you off your game a bit there. just one of those weird periods, kind of dragged out. If you think about it, it was a long one. Literally, in the actuality of time, it took forever. Yeah. So I mean, sometimes those periods that drag out like that, it's just hard to stay focused. And with a young group like that, it's something that you can. It's going to happen sometimes. You're going to have a little bit of focus issues in those situations. So.
Still got 5 out of 6 points to stay top first place in the Continental Division. Tonight we start out 4 out of 5 games, 4 games in 5 days, excuse me. It's been over a month, though, since we've seen this Monroe team. What are some of the things that you're seeing from them recently?
They made a coaching change early on, so I think his systems are finally starting to be something that they're, getting used to more so. They're getting comfortable with it, obviously. So I think it's a different team than it was a month ago. I think we are as well. So I think it'll be a good matchup between two teams here in Louisiana.
What's your biggest key for tonight's game?
I think it's just for us is to stick to our systems here, play to our game plan here as much as possible here, and with how much hockey's coming up this week here, you just really like we talked about earlier, stay focused and keep your nose forward here. So
awesome, thank you, Et.
All right, good stuff there from Everett. We want to thank Everett, Brody, and Elijah for being part of the broadcast today. Love getting those behind the scenes looks at those guys and just kind of tapping into what they're seeing and what's going on in the locker room a little bit. So a couple of good points there from Everett in that soundbite. The first thing, and I want to make sure that we're all not really forgetting this and kind of getting caught up in the fact that we are winning hockey games. We are first in the Continental. This is a young team still. They still have a lot to learn. The fact that they're in first place right now is a testament to their skills and their commitment to playing the way that they want to play, but they are still a young team. They are still going to screw up from time to time and take a step back here and there, right? It's going to happen. But you want to make sure that you're learning from that, and that when you are messing up and you are taking a step back in a game, you're finding ways to still win those games. That is the most important thing, because that's what dictates a good team from a middle of the pack team. Even if you're not playing your best, even if you are getting taken away from your game, are you still winning those games? Are you still part of those games? Are you still in the running for those games? If not, you're just kind of a middle of the pack team. But if you are, you're one of the top tier teams at that point. So it's good that the Zydeco are finding ways to win these games, but you want to make sure that you're playing more of your game. You're making teams play to you, not the other way around. So a couple of good points there, and he's right with Monroe. This is a very different team than what we saw about a month ago. They're a little bit more skilled. When we saw them, it was the first game for Scott Koch in a Moccasins jersey, and Koch now is, I think, third in their stats with 9 points on the season. They now have Declan Conway, former Zydeco player. So they've added a couple different guys in the time that we have seen them in order to get themselves a little bit better, a little bit more offensive-minded. They also made a coaching change. Justin Molavac is now the coach. So, whenever you get a coaching change, things seem to shift a little bit in the locker room as well. So, let's go ahead and grab the 3 keys to tonight's game. So, key number 1, talked about it a little bit earlier, keep your cool. The Zydeco got themselves into trouble not only last Friday against the Prowlers, but also last Friday, pardon me, but also the last time that these two teams met in October. They found themselves moving away from their systems and playing down to both the Moccasins and the Prowlers level. So you don't want to do that. You want to be the one to make them play to you. Secondly, to do that, push the pace. In the only other meeting between these two teams, the Zydeco came out firing and had a 3-goal first period. After that, they took their foot off the gas until they needed to make a comeback in the third. And once again, it was a late goal from Elijah Wilson to get them tied. Don't let that be the case this time, right? Make the Moccasins match your intensity. And then third, let's get the special teams back on track. That has been the best part of the Zydeco game, the most consistent part of the Zydeco game all season long. Get that back on track. Make last Friday be a little bit more of just a whoopsie daisy, an accident, right? You only get one, right? We're not going to let that happen again, right? If the Zydeco play like they're supposed to, then they'll definitely have a lot of power play opportunities throughout this game, and it'll be good to see the power play get some opportunities and cash in on it. It'll also keep the penalty killing units fresh when you need them throughout the game, if you need them throughout the game. That will just about end it for our Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing pregame show. Let me check the YouTube chat to see if we have any questions. The only one I see right now is just about the online merch store. Like I said, we are still working on that. We're hoping to get that running sooner rather than later. Once we do, we're going to throw a post out there to make sure everybody knows that we have our merch store up and going. But other than that, your best bet at getting some merch is making your way out to the Raising Cane's River Center and grabbing some merch there. We've got a couple different merch stands. So, all right. We are ready for game time just about. It's game one of 4 games here in 5 nights. Zydeco and the Moccasins, they're coming up next. Zydeco are finally starting to get their road legs underneath them as Thanksgiving week is upon us. We've got 4 games in the next 5 days, 3 of those being on the road. All of those road games and all road games we'll have from this point forward are sponsored by Momentum Cleaning Services. It all starts here in Monroe as the first place Zydeco take on the Moccasins. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of Baton Rouge Zydeco Hockey. Andy Petzinger here inside the Monroe Civic Center, proud to bring you along on the ride. Last week, the Zydeco secured 5 out of a possible 6 points against the Port Huron Prowlers. However, they did not play to their normal standards. They're looking to get back on the right track tonight and play the way they know is successful. this gauntlet of a Thanksgiving week starts here in Monroe against the Moccasins team that's really starting to put themselves together a little bit. I had mentioned it in the pregame show. They're starting to get some offensive touches. They've got Declan Conway up at the top of their stats board. 9 goals, 4 assists for 13 points. He's a former Zydeco. We've got Scott Koch, 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points. So a couple of guys who can really help put the puck in the back of the net. Chris Corrigan, 2 goals, 8 assists for 10 points. So, and they're getting good goaltending as well from both Sean Kuhn and Marcus Ekholm Rosen. And in the last 6 games, Monroe has put together 4 wins, and they're only about a win. Yeah, they are 1 win away from jumping 2 spots to get into 4th place in the Continental Division. So the Zydeco are hoping to put an end to that and really secure their 5th straight win. Obviously heading into Columbus, but more importantly, starting to get their road legs underneath them a little bit, getting a better feel on what road hockey is about. We had a 3.5-hour bus trip to get up here. Um, you know, it's going to be a good test, a very small sample size to something that we're going to see later on in this season. We're gone from the end of January all the way until March. We're on the road pretty much every game from that point. So it'll be a good test right now for the guys to, like I said, get their legs underneath them, start figuring out how to play on the road, how to deal with, coming right off the bus on long road trips and things like that. So we have puck drop coming up shortly. We're going to go ahead and send it downstairs for starting lineups and the national anthem.
Rouge Zydeco in their new coach opens up.
All right, everyone, let's get to your Tremonti starting lineups and goaltenders for your Baton Rouge Zydeco in between the pipes. It's going to be Brendan Colgan, 6-3-0, with a 234 goals against and a 912 save percentage. He came in relief of Bailey Stevens the last time that these two teams met. And in front of him, Rio Namiki is going to be on defense, paired up with Brody Thornton as per usual. And Everett Thompson wants to start the Haggerty, Sabad, and Wilson line. For the Monroe Moccasins, Sean Kuhn is in net 3-3-1 with a 254 goals against and a 915 save percentage. In front of him on defense is Samuel Howe Gustafson and Callie Koivuniemi. And the forward lines are going to be Ben Stefanini, Declan Conway, former Baton Rouge Zydeco, and Helmer Oscarson. We get ready for puck drop here at the Monroe Civic Center. Should be a heck of a hockey game. It's the very starting point of this 4 games and 5-day stretch, 3 of which going to be on the road for the Zydeco. So they want to make sure they're getting started off on the right foot. The last thing you want to do on a road trip like this is start off slow. So you want to make sure you're pushing the pace right off the bat. This opening faceoff brought to you by Sullivan Steakhouse. We're underway in Monroe. Brody Thornton has it. He will dump it in for the Zydeco. Sent deep into the Moccasin zone. They come back out the other direction. And into Zydeco territory where it's sent around by Brendan Colgan. Haggerty picks it up. Looking forward for Wilson. Misses him. They go colliding in the corner. He and Samuel Howe Gustafson. The clearing attempt not out. Thornton able to keep it alive. Wilson leaves it for Thornton. A bad angle shot. That one deflected off of a leg. And now picking up is Oscarson. And he will go to Conway over here on the near side. This is sent all the way down the length for icing with 9:12 left to go in the first period. If you can't tell which team is which, the ones in the Vegas Golden Knights-esque helmets are the Monroe Moccasins. Face off to the right of Kuhn. Off the draw, picked up by the Moccasins. Clearing attempt held in by Lindbergh at the point. He'll throw it into the near corner. Jake Cox has it. Throw it out to the point for Matcham. His wrist shot deflected off of a leg and wide. And now the Moccasins will start on out to center ice. Koivuniemi dropping off. Oscarson. Conway around one, checking the slot. Shooting one. Kick save made by Brendan Colgan. First stop of the game, and it's a beauty for Colgan. Cox now over the line, dropping it off for Lindbergh in the middle. He ran into a couple of checks. And now the Moccasins will hang on here and start moving out to center. Steinway will dump it in. This one floats high in the air to the far side. Ryder is the first one there. Larwood takes it away from him. He'll come up the wall. Chirac trying to clear. He whiffed on it, however. Picked up now by Lindbergh, and he'll look all the way up ahead for Kuznetsov hanging out at the blue line. His first shot going in on net. Sean Kuhn. Those are not Boo Birds in behind. Those are Coons. Now Kuznetsov looking backdoor. The redirect for MJ Graham driving to the net. That one deflected just over the crossbar. Now Rex Moe will flip this one high through the air and into Zydeco territory. Namiki has to be careful. Moving it to Thornton. Nice job protecting the puck there. Brody Thornton spun away from a check. Now he's got it back. Namiki will throw this all the way back into Monroe territory. Kuhn is there to leave it for Steinway. And now out to center ice. And over the line, Hagen Moe goes below the goal line, holding on to it, looking out at the point. There's a wrist shot. Redirect right on top of the crease and kicked out of there by Colgan. Big hit in behind the play. Rio Namiki took a huge hit. Gets right back up again as this gets sent in on net and stopped by Sean Kuhn. Nearly 3 minutes gone here in the first period. We are scoreless. Moccasins have had a couple of good shots down on Brendan Colgan, who's been strong to start. This is wrapped around the wall and now out to center ice come the Moccasins. Dumped in. Matcham the first one after it for the Zydeco going up against Oskarsson. Now goes out in front. Colgan an active stick, able to poke that one away. Clearing attempt held in by Koivuniemi. Now Conway, a drag move, couldn't get around the long reach of Matcham. Who now pins it up along the wall on the far side. Ethan Matcham kicks it free for Lindbergh. And now back comes Kevin Sabat the other direction. We'll dump it deep into the Moccasin zone. Conway has it now. Both teams getting some line changes. Now a clearing attempt goes right onto the stick of Scott Chirac at center ice. He'll spin away from a couple checks. Move it up for Brody Thornton. He'll drop it off for Coxon over the line. His wrist shot deflected off of the leg of Samuel Howe Gustafson and goes out of play with exactly 4 minutes left to go on the clock here in period number 1. Draw to the right of Kuhn. Got the Cox, Chirac, and Alexanian line out there. The draw is 1. Back to the point, Thornton. He'll go to Chirac, who's going to backhand it back for Thornton, who comes on the wall here. Good diving play to knock it off of his stick. But Thornton still carries on. Shooting one. Kuhn able to block that one aside. Didn't really see where that rebound had gone. Now he finally picks it up. Nemiki at the point, walking in and shooting. That one goes wide on the far side. And now cleared out of there by the Moccasins. Rio Nemiki back in his own end. Well, hang on. He gets crunched once more in behind the net. Now it's sent up the wall. Pass out in front. Oh, and a shovel shot right out in front there from Blake Anderson was whiffed on. And now sent back out to center ice. Excuse me, that's 71, Chris Corrigan. Now Colgan will stop it behind his own net. Cox out to center and over the blue line. Holding on to it, walking to this circle, shooting one. Kick save by Sean Kuhn. And he will hang on with 14:51 left to go here in the first. We're going to head to our first commercial break. We are scoreless here in Monroe.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
We're back in Monroe. Zydeco are back on the ice tomorrow night as they head to Columbus and take on the River Dragons. Puck drop is at 6:05. And the Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing pregame show starts at 5:40. Join us right here on YouTube for all of the action. And as MJ Graham gets kicked out of the faceoff circle, Gordon will step in. Picked up by the Moccasins. They'll go ahead and chuck this one out to center ice, and it gets dumped into the Zydeco zone. Colgan has a problem with it in behind the net, was nearly stuck in his skates. You don't want that to happen if you're a goaltender. There are times where it gets stuck in your skates and you accidentally bring it back into your own net. Now this puck gets sent through the neutral zone and down into Zydeco territory. Icing waved off. So Lindbergh is going to have to look over his options here. Dmitry Kuznetsov had that game-winning shootout goal in Friday night's contest against Port Huron. He'll drop it off for Lindbergh as the Zydeco are getting a line change. Want to set up that breakout properly, and here comes Matcham skating out through the neutral zone. He'll drop it off for Alexanyan. He's looking in the middle for Larwood. I think he thought Larwood was a little farther off than he was. Caught him in between, and now back the other way comes Hullaby. He'll drop it out to the point. Stefanini's shot. That's gobbled up and held by Colgan. 13:45 left to go here in the first period. We stay scoreless at the Monroe Civic Center. Said it earlier today. I want to say it again. Hello to all of our friends over at Le Chien Brewery. Watching the contest over there at our Road Watch party. Hope you guys are all enjoying your time. It's like Jake Cox had a problem with his stick, has to get a new one. Draw will be to the left of Colgan. Larwood gets booted from the draw, and Cox goes back into his typical position. Tie up on the draw, pulled out of there by Thornton. He's got it behind his own net. Looking over his options, he'll find Cox on the near side. Looking up for Larwood, gets deflected away from him. And Oscarson will move it along for the Moccasins. Bad pass lands right onto the stick of Brody Thornton. He will dump it in. First one there is Koivuniemi. Now Stefanini at the neutral zone. Looking for Conway. Swept off of his stick by Kleber. Now a one-up pass here for Alexander. Was a bit too far ahead of him, and that's unfortunate because he and Cox were up ahead. That could have been a 2-on-1, and that will become an icing for the Zydeco. 13:09 left to go here in period numero uno. We stay scoreless. Fresh legs out for the Moccasins. They've got Anderson out there with Corrigan. And I believe Ryder. This one comes out to the point, held in by Steinway. His wrist shot goes off the shin pads of Cox and out to center ice. Ryder holding on to it. Looking to the far boards for Rex Moe. He was bumped off the puck, and the Zydeco will dump it in and finish out their line change. Held in at the point, Brody Thornton looking to shoot that one towards the goal as Larwood was right up at the top of the crease. Never made it to the net, however. And now out to center ice. Here comes Monroe. Ryder over the line, dragging around a check. Try to get it towards the goal, but nice shot from Lindbergh to stay with Ryder the whole time and tie up his stick. He can never really settle the puck down and get a clean shot on Colgan. Great job by number 9 in white as this one gets sent back into Monroe territory. Now Kuhn is tied up in behind the net. He's got to kick the puck free. Bounces around the glass and out to Lindbergh at the point. Lindbergh walks the line, throwing it towards the net. Anderson got in the way of that. And he'll move it to the far side for Rex Moe. He pulls up, looking over his options. Trying to throw it towards the goal. Never made it on net. Bouncing puck there in the slot. Finally taken by Matcham. And he gets a little bit of help from Haggerty to get it out to center. Haggerty laid a big hit. Here's Matcham, a wrist shot. That one stopped. A second try. Kuhn is able to make a stop there. Didn't really know where the rebound had gone, but it gets cleared out by his defense. Now around a check. Hullaby tried to get towards the goal, but Matcham got back. Took the puck away from him. Kuznetsov will deflect it back into Monroe territory. Settling things down. Frank Schumacher looking to come up the wall, but it bounces right to MJ Graham. Kuznetsov has it. He's got a man going in the net. Elects to go back to Brody Thornton, who walks in, shoots. Blocker saved by Kuhn. He's been tested a couple times on that blocker side and has been good each time. They battle for it near the Zamboni doors, pulled out of there by Pinkowski. And now flipped out to center and all the way down by Koch. Goes in on net, cleared out by Colgan. And now tossed up into the air. This one will go off the high glass and behind Colgan. Thought it was going to end up going out of play. It did not. So Brody Thornton will settle things down behind the Zydeco net. Wanted to get that breakout working properly. Now Alex Sonyad will dump this one in to get after it. Kuhn once again gets into a little trouble behind the net. Both goaltenders having some issues behind the net, going on some adventures back there. Something that we might want to keep an eye on. Both teams are forechecking awful hard in behind the goal. This one gets sent into the Zydeco zone. Lindbergh moves it over for Cox. He'll drop it back off for Lindbergh in his own end. Sorry about our clock malfunctioning. There's about 9:45 left to go here in the first period. Wrapped around the wall. Stefanini there goes high off the glass and out to center ice. Garrick Lindbergh dangles around one check and will cross ice dump this one for Gordon. He takes a shot from the bottom of the circles. Kuhn makes the save and will hang on. 9:30 exactly to go on the clock. We are scoreless here in Monroe.
For the ultimate game day experience, come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Zydeco fans, turn your Zydeco game experience into a group event. If you want to do that, go ahead and contact Miss Lucy. Lucy at brzydeco.com is the email, or call her at 225-515-PUCK for more information on group tickets. We're back at the Monroe Civic Center. No score here. 9:30 left to play in the first period. Both goaltenders have been sharp, except for when they had to go behind the net. Both goaltenders have run into a little bit of trouble behind their own goal. So both teams forechecking awful hard. At a certain point, you might just want to look at your goaltender and say, please just tend the goal. Thank you. We're back to the play. Larwood in behind. Gordon gets that from the cycle, but had a man all over him. Kuznetsov pinching down to try to steal that puck away, but picked up by Steinway. And he'll start coming out to center ice. There's Anderson. Well, a backhand feed that went right to the stick of Larwood. Thank you very much. He's got Gordon heading to the net. Tried to get him there, but nice back check there from Ryder. Took that chance away, rolls it on goal, and Sean Kuhn will grab a whistle with 9:04 left to go in the first period. Face off going to be to the right here of Sean Kuhn. The Haggerty line out there for the Zydeco. Off the draw, pitch back to the point. Brody Thornton there trying to get this one through screen. Oh, deflected off of Haggerty in front and went just wide of the net. Sean Kuhn had no idea where that puck was going. Good opportunity there for the Zydeco. Just did not get the bounce to go their way. Now one-on-one back the other direction. Here's Wilson. Good back check there from the Moccasins. Took the opportunity away and now sent out to center ice just under the skates of Hullaby, who then controls and will send it deep into Zydeco territory. Nemeki there. He'll cycle it over for Sabad. His pass in the feet of Haggerty. He was able to pick that one up and send it off the glass and into Monroe territory. Wilson hard on the forecheck. Crunches his man in behind. That's Schumacher. Sent back out by Monroe. Here's Thornton in the neutral zone. Entering the zone with some speed. Braces for a check. Now pulls away. Coming back to the point. Ethan Matcham. One-timer from Alexanian. Looked like he caught that on the heel of the stick and really didn't have too much speed on it, so it gets sent wide. Now it's pinned up along the wall here on the near boards by the Zamboni door entrance. Sent out towards the point. Alexanian there has a man all over him, but still controls the puck. Trying to throw it back down low, taken away by Oscarson. And now Pinkowski for Monroe gets some help, and they'll chip it out to center. Declan Conway. Tried a back pass for Oscarson coming up the wing with speed, but good pinch there from Matcham. Didn't allow that to happen. Conway now enters the zone and sends it over to Stefanini, trying to settle a puck down. Stefanini coming out to the near side, holding on to it. Tops of the circles, turns and shoots one. This one deflects up in behind the net. Conway and Lindbergh go after it there. Pops off to the stick of Alexanian. And he'll need a little help from Ethan Matcham to settle some things down here. Just under 7 minutes left to go here in period number 1. We stay scoreless for the time being as the Zydeco get a line change, and we'll start their breakout. Here's MJ Graham. Looking over for Tyler Larwood. Puck was in his skates and is offside. 6:40 left to play here in period number 1. Face-off will come just outside of the Moccasin zone. Off the draw, controlled. Brody Thornton has it on the far side. Gets around one check, gets to the bottom of the circles and shoots one, deflected off of a stick and in behind. Because Thornton pinched in, we've got a breakaway back the other way. Here's Ryder shooting one. Big save by Colgan. Got it with the glove. Ryder gets his own rebound. Holding on to it. Ryder has Thornton on top of him. Thornton able to take the puck away and kick it out to center ice. Nice job there by Brody Thornton. He is going to get a penalty for it, though. There's a delayed call on the Zydeco. Shot sails just wide. Ryder has it. Comes out to the point for Scott Koch. His wrist shot, that one gets sent right into the glove of Colgan, and he will hang on. 6:03 left to go in period number 1. The Moccasins will go to the power play for the very first time. We're going to see the Wilson Warehouse penalty kill go to work for the Zydeco. The Zydeco power play has dropped to 89.1%. They're at 93 last week. They're now second in the league with the 89% penalty kill. And the Monroe Moccasins are at 17.5% on their power play. That lands them 10th in the league. Zydeco will start out with Sherrock, Cox, Matcham, and Lindbergh. Going to be a holding call, I believe, on Thornton. I believe that's the call that I heard. Good start to the penalty kill here as the Zydeco sends it all the way down. Monroe starts their breakout on the far side. Stefanini chips around a check. Will get it in deep. Sherrock out of midair, try to bat that one around the wall. Held in at the near point. Koash goes cross ice onto the stick of Stevens, trying to spin away from the check of Jake Cox, who takes that one away and takes it away and sent it out to center ice. Now back in the Zydeco zone, it's Lindbergh. He'll settle things down for Matcham. And back into Monroe territory we go. Just about a minute gone on this power play for the Moccasins. Koash trying to get away from Larwood. Has to drop it off for Schumacher. They'll settle things down. Nice job here by the Zydeco forecheck on the penalty kill to pin Monroe in their own zone a little bit here. Now a bouncing puck finds Stefanini. He'll come near side. Corrigan, his wrist shot. Colgan kicks that one away. That ought to be fun later on in the game. Corrigan and Colgan get me all tongue-tied. There's a long shot from the point Koivuniemi, seen by Brendan Colgan. Will hold that. 4:44 left to go here in the first. 41 seconds left to go on the penalty to Brody Thornton. We're going to go to a TV timeout. We'll be back right after this.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Back in Monroe, we are scoreless. 41 seconds left to go on the penalty to Brody Thornton. 4:44 left to go in the first period. Off the faceoff, picked up by the Moccasins. They'll pass it around. Oscarson out to the point. There's a wrist shot. Oh, deflected on its way through. Colgan had to make a great save. Still held by Monroe, however. Oscarson on the near side, looking down low. Ryder drops it for Oscarson. To the point, Koivuniemen. They'll play catch. Down to Ryder. Koivuniemen, his wrist shot blocked by Larwood just as the penalty's just about to expire. Looking up ahead for Alex Stanyan, but couldn't get it to him as it was a blind spinning pass. Now taken by Ryder. Walking in, shooting one, went short side, and Colgan made the save. Rebound, knocked out of there by the Zydeco. As they have killed off the penalty. Both teams back at full strength. Ryan Kleber for the Zydecos. Looking up ahead for Wilson on the near side. Try to move it over. Oh, but offside called on Kevin Sabat with 3:37 left to go here in the first. So that's Sabat, Haggerty, and Wilson unit. The first one out since the penalty expired, as that was a falsely dropped puck, or incorrectly dropped puck, I guess is the proper terminology. So I'll have to redo that one again. Picked up Lindbergh. He'll send this one cross ice into the Monroe zone. Sabat is the first one back there. Haggerty has it now. Now to match him at the point, D for Lindbergh. Tried to go cross ice, bounces towards the net. Trying to go between the legs there was Wilson, but he couldn't really get a good handle on it, seeing it was going end over end. And now Corrigan back through center will backhand this one in for Monroe. Blake Anderson in behind, gets knocked off that puck, and now Lindbergh skating through center will move it to Haggerty. Haggerty for Sabat just a bit out of his reach. They were after the center ice line, though, so no icing called. And this one gets sent back into Zydeco's zone. This is going to be an icing call. 2:47 left to go here in the first. Crowd will go back to the left of Kuhn. 2:47 left to go on the clock. Got the MJ Graham, Kuznetsov, and Gordon line out there with Nemecki and Thornton on the back end. Off the draw, Gordon has it on the far side. Will go to the point. Nemecki has to escape the check of Anderson. They'll backhand it down low. Goes off of one of the partitions. And now Gordon has to work to get control of the puck back. Try to move it over. Got knocked to the ice and cleared out to center ice. Anderson was able to knock that one down out of midair. However, it was going to be offside, even though that was one heck of a play. Great hand-eye coordination there from the number 94. That's Anderson. Now Thornton settling things down for the Zydeco, looking to go up ahead for Gordon. Gordon was trying to get off the ice, though. So Monroe will send it back into Zydeco territory. Brody Thornton for Alex Sonyan on the breakout. Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the first. Graham after it. How Gustafson spins away from a check. Had Alex Sonyan on him, but protected the puck pretty well. Now Stevens will drop it off. There's a wrist shot from Hagenmo that goes off of a leg and wide, and the Zydeco come right back the other direction. Alex Sonyan, 1-on-3. Drag move on the backhand. Nice job on the poke check there from Frank Steinway to knock it off of Alex Sonyan's stick. Could have been a sweet opportunity there from just about the tops of the circles in. Here's Alex Sonyan again. Dropped it off for Cox, but he was too far away. Held in by Matcham. His wrist shot didn't make it through and cleared out by the Moccasins' Rexmo, and that one hurt him. He's laboring out there, but still can't really get off the ice as the Zydeco start to come back. Matcham now. Lost control of the puck to Hullaby. Hullaby back for the Moccasins. Around a check. Good job by the Zydeco. Three guys converge. Wrist shot goes wide. Under a minute left to go here in the first. Lindbergh will settle things down. Waiting for the rest of the line change to finish out. Now we will get our breakout. Garrig Lindbergh starts the rush for Wilson here on the far side. Entering the zone, throwing it on net. Sticked out of there by Kuhn. Held in by Nemeki at the point, who braces the check from Conway. Now Wilson, as Sabah gets sent to the ice from Conway. Wilson after it. Conway throws a shoulder into him, and falling down is able to get it out to center ice for Stefanini. He'll throw it into the Zydeco zone as we've got the final 10 seconds left. Conway shooting. Save made. Oh, Colgan made the stop. It went right over the top of the net, landed on top of the goal. And with 4 seconds remaining, the Zydeco were able to get a hand on top of it so it wouldn't fall back down on the ice for a wide open net. Very close opportunity there for Monroe in the dying seconds of the period to try to get something going. Now 4 seconds left to go here. Draw to the left of Colgan. Won cleanly by the Moccasins, almost a little too cleanly. And it gets sent all the way back into the neutral zone, and that will end the first period of play. We are scoreless through one. A very evenly matched period throughout. Both teams have had a couple of decent chances each way. The only thing on the score sheet is the holding penalty to Brody Thornton. And that came at the 13:57 mark of the period. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet. We're going to head to intermission and get you some commercials and come back with an intermission report. We'll see you in about 11 minutes' time. 0-0 is your score.
You are so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. To me.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There's a time we all know is coming, but nobody knows just when. If you don't have a plan or you don't understand how or where to begin, At Church Funeral Services, we'll handle it all with care. Church Funeral Services.
We've gotten very good at roofing. We're good at the actual work, but also the documentation from the beginning. Getting everything with the client. What do they need? What are their needs? And then how can I give them a couple of options? And then from there, during the process, they know what's going on. And then at the end, feeling good about everything that's complete, and they're happy when they're done with their job.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Dawn Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Dawn Seafood hits the table. From our team at Dawn Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together.
Find more of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love, more of the flavors you crave, more staycation relaxation. All this plus an exceptional staff. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Does he think he's better than us? We'll find out. Think you're better than us with that fancy stick work, huh?
Buddy, watch this.
Yeah, you got good hands. Well, watch this. Let's get out of here, MJ.
Hey, I'm Dr. Donald. Scott, come on in, Scott. Thanks.
Scott, you ready? All right, you can have a seat right here.
All right, Scott. We're going to get you all fixed up today, okay?
A few moments later.
All right, Scott. Good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Donald.
You're welcome. Welcome to Advanced Dental Care, official dentist of the Zydeco hockey team. Whether you're a hockey player or not, we can give you the perfect smile.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services, we'll handle it all with care. Church Funeral Services.
The 2024-25 Broadway at the River Center Theater season is simply the best, featuring 4 big, bold Broadway hits coming to Baton Rouge. The season opens with Shrek the Musical, the Tina Turner Musical, Chicago the Musical, and Pretty Woman the musical. Get the 4-show package for as little as $235. That's less than $59 per show. Learn more at raisingcanesrivercenter.com/Broadway.
The Men's Network started when I went to a computer club meeting in the 7th grade that Brett organized. At that point, I had never met anyone that was as good at computers as Brett was. And by the 8th grade, we figured out that this was something that we could do professionally.
We moved to Baton Rouge to go to LSU, and that's really where our business got planted.
Give Immense a call. Let us show you how IT should be done.
Find more of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love with 1,000 slots, 50 tables, and a sports book. More of the flavors you crave with the area's best Asian cuisine and great steaks. More staycation relaxation with our rooftop pool, luxury rooms and suites, and epic views of the Mississippi. More top-name performers and the best local artists, plus an exceptional staff to take care of your every need. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical to save the day. From electrical issues to keeping you comfortable, plumbing repairs, and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, your one-stop solution for electrical, AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call or visit us online at southernairbr.com.
For the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktails. Wall-to-wall, state-of-the-art TVs mean you'll see every touchdown, Hail Mary, and big turnover in crystal clear HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino in Baton Rouge, where every moment is a win.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tremonti's on-site catering is the best in Baton Rouge. Our friendly staff brings everything to our client's location, set up, serves guests, and cleans up once our guests are satisfied and full. Tremonti's caters weddings, corporate events, parties, luncheons, crawfish and shrimp boils, breakfast, fundraisers, barbecues, and much more. Good meat ain't cheap, and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com, 225-751-7665.
For the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Brody Thornton throwing it towards the goal, looking for a redirect, didn't get it. Conway for Haggerty, back door, they score! Elijah Wilson, wide open at the side, a one-time shot. We're tied at 5. Back at the Monroe Civic Center, Andy Petzinger here with your intermission report. We are scoreless through one period of play. The only thing on the score sheet, like I said, is the holding penalty to Brody Thornton, which is actually his very first penalty this year, if I'm not mistaken. So there goes the Lady Bing Award. Killed off by the Zydeco, a couple of nice blocks, and actually some really good forechecking on that penalty kill from Baton Rouge. So one of our first keys was to make sure we are getting the special teams back in order. And penalty kill looked like it is back to usual based off of just that first attempt. Shots through the first period, 14-8 in favor of Monroe. So it seemed like it was a little more even than that, but I will say a lot of the shots from Baton Rouge were coming from the point and ended up getting blocked on its way through. So a 14-save first period for Brendan Colgan, 8 for Sean Kuhn. I had mentioned it before the game, but want to keep mentioning it. We are on the road here in Monroe. We're going to be on the road again tomorrow against Columbus, and then back again on the road on Saturday here in Monroe. We've got a Friday home game in between all of that, but all of our road games are sponsored by Momentum Cleaning Services. They also host our sponsor our 3 stars of the game as well. So you'll get to hear a little bit more from them as the game comes to a conclusion. So about 4.5 minutes until we get back underway. We're going to send it back to another commercial break. 0-0 is your score.
You are so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. To me.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There's a time we all know is coming, but nobody knows just when. If you don't have a plan or you don't understand how or where to begin, at church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
We've gotten very good at roofing. We're good at the actual work, but also the documentation from the beginning. Getting everything with the client. What do they need? What are their needs? And then how can I give them a couple of options? And then from there, during the process, they know what's going on. And then at the end, feeling good about everything that's complete, and they're happy when they're done with their job.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Dawn Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Dawn Seafood hits the table. From our team at Dawn Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together.
Find more of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love, more of the flavors you crave, more staycation relaxation. All this plus an exceptional staff. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Does he think he's better than us? We'll find out. Think you're better than us with that fancy stick work, huh? Buddy, watch this. Yeah, you got good hands. Well, watch this. Let's get out of here, MJ.
Hey, I'm Dr. Donald. Scott, come on in, Scott. Thanks.
Scott, you ready? All right, you can have a seat right here.
All right, Scott, we're going to get you all fixed up today, okay?
A few moments later.
All right, Scott, good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Donald.
You're welcome. Welcome to Advanced Dental Care, official dentist of the Zydeco hockey team. Whether you're a hockey player or not, we can give you the perfect smile.
Welcome back to Monroe Civic Center, where we are about to get set up for the second period of play here between the Baton Rouge Zydeco and the Monroe Moccasins. We are scoreless through 20 minutes of play in games where there is no score after the first period, or the Zydeco are tied. There's only been one, and that was against the River Dragons a couple weeks ago, so they are 0-1 in games where they are trailing. And right now they're getting outshot, and that doesn't happen often. It's only happened 3 times all year long where they've been outshot throughout the entirety of a game. So I would not expect that to continue to trend in this direction. However, it could be just a little bit different with them being on the road. You never know. But the puck is dropped. We are underway. Once again, thank you, Sullivan Steakhouse, for sponsoring our opening faceoff. As the Zydeco have it behind the net. Brody Thornton has it here for Wilson. Long cross-ice pass goes right onto the stick of Declan Conway. That would have been an awesome thing about a month ago, but not anymore. Now at the point, there is a slap shot from Stefanini. Goes off the side of the net. Now Wilson will flip this one through the air of the neutral zone and all the way down to Monroe territory. Icing waved off. Al Gustafson there for Monroe. We'll wait to get things started. Pass up the near wall was intended for Anderson, but nice job stepping up there, Jake Cox, to not allow him any space to move. Now Samuel Howe Gustafson around Lindbergh. In behind the net, looking out in front. Deflected off of Cox. Goes back behind the goal line and match him there. We'll move it over for Cox. He'll send it through the air, off the glass, and down into the Moccasin zone, and we'll get a whistle stopping play. 18:30 left to go here in period number 2. Face-off going to be to the left of Colgan. The draw picked up by the Zydeco. Sent up the wall, and we get a whistle stopping play. I believe we have an offside call here. So with 18:23 left to go in the second, Zydeco will be able to get a line change. Oh no, we're going to get a penalty actually to the Moccasins. So this one's going to go to Chris Corrigan. He is going to take a seat in the sin bin. And the Zydeco Badgers Heating and Air power play will get its very first opportunity today. Power play is clicking at 24% on the year. That's good for third in the league, as they've got the Haggerty unit out there with Sherrock and Thornton up top. Sherrock has it here, going cross ice for Wilson. His one-timer was heeled in behind. Wilson has it again, going out to the point. Taken away by Stefanini, but nice job by Wilson to come over and take it away. But once again, Stefanini takes it back and sends it all the way down. This Moccasins penalty killing is at 78.6%, so you typically want to aim right around that 85-plus mark. So they are well below that, and they are 10th in the league there as well. There's a shot from Kuznetsov that gets shrugged away off of the shoulders of Koivuniemi. Held in at the point, though, by the Zydeco. Kuznetsov plays catch with Sabad. Now goes for Thornton. His shot towards the net was blocked down and cleared out of there by Monroe. Colgan has to play it, as the first one after it here would have been Hullaby. Now Thornton on the far side gets hit there from Anderson. So we've got 50 seconds left to go on the Zydeco power play. Tyler Larwood trying to move up ahead with that, but it deflected off of a couple of skates and now sent back into the Zydeco zone. Just about half a minute remaining on this Badgers Heating and Air power play. Kuznetsov will wrap this one around the base of the boards, goes to the far side. Kuznetsov here at the bottom of the circle looking to go backdoor, but Kuznetsov was a bit too high, and we'll get a whistle stopping play, as I believe the net is knocked off its moorings. It is, and with 16:40 to go here in the second, 18 seconds left to go on that penalty to Corgan, which, taking a look at it, was officially called as a high sticking call. Only 2 minutes. No blood was drawn. Face off to the left of the goaltender. Kuhn gets wrapped around the wall. Alex Sonia in there holding on to it. Goes down low for Larwood. Want to keep an eye on the box. Here's the final 5 seconds. Take off. There's a backdoor feed for Graham, and a great save by Kuhn, pushing to his left. Lindbergh keeps it in. His long shot from the point is blocked. Look out. Here's Corrigan's at center, just out of the box. I don't think the Moccasins had realized that. Otherwise, he would have been home free. Now Lindbergh in behind his own net. Will come up the wall for Graham. He drops it to Kuznetsov. He's got Lindbergh there walking. Shoots. Save made by Kuhn. And cleared out of there by the Moccasins, cleaning up the rebound in front. Ben Stefanini will drop this one off right in the skates of Schumacher, who couldn't really get it out of his own skates. Now we'll have to wrap it around. The first one there is Elias Thompson. And it comes out to center. Declan Conway trying to stick handle his way into the zone. Could not. Now here's Thornton over the line, shooting one. He was off balance and sent it well over the net. Now Declan Conway shields himself from a hit from Elias Thompson. Goes over to the far side. Getting taken down there was Hagen Moan. We're going to get a penalty to the Zydeco. As taking him down was, I believe, Jake Cox. So just as the Zydeco were able to clear, or were able to get a chance on their power play, Monroe killed it off. Baton Rouge goes right back to it. Now there's an issue in the crease by Colgan. The referees are trying to work on it. It looks like there might be a divot in the ice that may need some patching. Now before the game, there was it looked like there was an issue with the ice right at the center ice dot, right on the snakehead there in the neutral zone, and they had brought out a fire extinguisher, and it's something I never seen before. But I talked to the broadcaster up here, Joseph Furtado, former Zydeco broadcaster, why they were using the fire extinguisher, and he had said that it's actually better for the ice. It helps the ice freeze a little bit better. So, and it doesn't look like there's been any problems in the neutral zone so far today, as they bring out a pail of snow. They're patting it down, as you can see there. Starting out the penalty kill, Everett Thompson tosses out Ethan Matcham, the newest member of the Zydeco, along with Rio Namiki, Narek Alexanian, and Tyler Larwood. The first unit up for Monroe looks to be Rex Moe, Declan Conway, Helmer Oscarson, Brad Ryder, and Callie Koivuniemi. As the issue is resolved, fake drop there. And now we get to the real thing. So another Wilson Warehouse penalty kill here for the Zydeco, their second of the game. So along the far side there, Oscarson goes up top for Koivuniemi. He'll walk the line, get a switch with Conway. Koivuniemi looking to go cross ice. Caught Oscarson a little off balance. Now Oscarson has it for Koivuniemi up top. He'll shoot one right into the glove of Brendan Colgan. He'll hang on. 1:35 to go on the penalty. 14:48 left to go in the period.
With a wearable way to treat from Chick-fil-A. Please pay your attention to the bottom of section 222.
1:35 left to go in that penalty. Looks like we're going to take our TV timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Find more of what you're looking for at LeBear's Baton Rouge. More of the games you love with 1,000 slots, 50 tables, and a sports book. More of the flavors you crave with the area's best Asian cuisine and great steaks. More staycation relaxation with our rooftop pool, luxury rooms and suites, and epic views of the Mississippi. More top-name performers and the best local artists. Plus an exceptional staff to take care of your every need. Add more to your story at LeBear's Baton Rouge.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical to save the day. From electrical issues to keeping you comfortable, plumbing repairs, and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, your one-stop solution for electrical, AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call or visit us online at southernairbr.com.
Back to Monroe. The Zydeco Coaches Show airs every Wednesday night inside the 1717 restaurant at the Queens Casino. Come on out and visit us in person or follow along right here on YouTube as Everett and I talk about just about everything Zydeco. Join us Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Zydeco Coaches Show brought to you by the Queens Casino. That obviously will not be this Wednesday, as tomorrow we are going to be in Columbus. 1:35 left to go on the penalty to Jay Cox as we get an illegal drop once more. So I'll have to reset everything. I apologize for not having the power play up on the on that score bug there. I'm the only one up here, and I don't have all the hands to be able to do all that. So I'll do my best to update you on what the time is as it goes along. Now Conway goes D-to-D with Koivuniemi. Gets it right back here on the near side. We'll switch places with him and drop it off to Koivuniemi. Back to Conway up top. Was a little out of his reach. Taken away by the Zydeco Wilson. He's got Chirac up ahead. Just a little out of his reach or Chirac was gone. Now Nemiki at the blue line. Brought it outside the blue line, and we are going to get an offside call here on the Zydeco with 14:20 left to go here in the second period. 1:09 left to go on the penalty to Jake Cox. Oh, what a great opportunity that would have been for Baton Rouge. Wilson saw Chirac try to hit him in stride, but was just a little bit too far out of his reach. Now, I would have liked to see Wilson maybe take an extra step or two just to kind of get going with him and see if maybe we could turn that into a 2-on-0. However, I understand as well that he was probably looking to get Chirac in stride and not have two forwards up top. As here's a chance for Monroe, whiffed on and cleared out of there by the Zydeco. But yeah, probably not the best idea to try to have two forwards that high up on a penalty kill just in case something does go wrong. Then we got a 5-on-2 coming back the other way. 35 seconds left to go on the penalty. Good move here. Going in, they score! What a couple of dangles there from Stefanini. Found its way to the stick of Blake Anderson, who goes top shelf over the glove of Brendan Colgan. And on the power play, the Monroe Moccasins take a 1-0 lead. And as you see, they're throwing rubber snakes out on the ice. So this is similar to what you would see if you went to a Florida Panthers playoff game. Back in 1996, the Florida Panthers started throwing rubber rats out onto the ice. Story is Scott Mellenby saw a rat in the locker room and killed it with his stick, and that night scored 2 goals. So the story kind of took a life of its own, and fans got behind it, started throwing rubber rats out onto the ice. So similar thing here in Monroe, where we've got some rubber snakes out on the ice. There are times where I wish I was still playing hockey. I still wish I was a player. This is not one of them. Snakes are not my thing. I'm very happy to be as high above as I am. I know they're not real. Doesn't matter. Don't need that in my life. Zydeco trail 1-0 thanks to a goal from Blake Anderson, his 4th of the season. It was a beautiful setup from Ben Stefanini, who dragged his way around a couple of defenders and moved it over to Anderson, who went upstairs over the glove of Brendan Colgan. So the Moccasins grab the very first goal of the game. We get back to play here at the Monroe Civic Center. Gets dumped right back into the Zydeco zone. Thornton will hold on and will want to set up a breakout. Looking up ahead, Larwood got stood up there just before the blue line by Steinway. And now we'll get a whistle stopping play with 13:16 left to go in the period. Puck ended up going out of play, so we'll need another one. Face-off is going to come right back to the center ice dot. Got the Graham, Larwood, and Kuznetsov unit out there. Face-off 1 to Brody Thornton. Chipping it into the Monroe zone. Comes right back out the other way. Dylan Hullaby tried to get around Larwood, but could not. Nice job to knock him off the puck, and Rio Namiki will start back the other way. He's got a man all over him. That's Corgan. So Namiki could really only get as far as the blue before getting it stripped off of his stick. Now Larwood back the other way over the line. Trying to drag around a check. Draws a penalty instead. Monroe touches. And we will get a whistle stopping play. 12:42 left to go here in the second. The Zydeco are going to go back to the Badgers Heating and Air power play. Rex Moe going to head to the box. All right, so the Zabad grouping will be out there to start it out for the Zydeco with Chirac and Thornton on the back end. Chirac able to keep it in the first time around. Clearing attempt was blocked by Wilson. Now Wilson has it again. We'll try to come near side here, but Hal Gustafson right in the way of that. And finally Monroe will send it all the way down into the Zydeco zone. Thornton will hold things up for the Zydeco and start the breakout. He'll move it over for Chirac. He hits Sabad here on the near side, dropping it for Wilson. For Sabad heading toward the net. Rolled off of his stick, but Thornton carries on. That one sticked away by Kuhn, who had a really good look at it. No net front presence there for the Zydeco. And sent back down by Monroe. Brody Thornton gets moving through the neutral zone. Walking in and firing one that catches the glass in behind. Skip past Chirac and out to center ice, so the Zydeco will have to regroup. Wilson for Sabad has to wait for the grouping to get back on side. Haggerty now. We'll leave it for Lindbergh. They're stopped there at the neutral zone. That's not what they were hoping for. They once again like to enter the zone with some speed. Now Haggerty getting away from a check. Will come out to the point. Lindbergh. He's got Graham on the far side. Lindbergh over stick handle, but nice job keeping the play alive. Chirac has it. Tried a backdoor pass for Haggerty. Didn't work. Stays there in the slot. And finally, Kuhn jumps out and will get a stop. 11:03 left to go in the second period. 1-0 Monroe. We have 21 seconds left to go on the penalty to Rex Moe. Not many opportunities here for the Zydeco on their power play so far. They've got 21 seconds to try to get some momentum here. It's off the draw. Taken by Matcham. He's got Gordon on the near side. Finds him there. Gordon for Graham. He'll switch with Matcham. Now Matcham here takes a shot. The redirect save made by Kuhn. He had to take a look behind him as Larwood was jamming away. However, he was able to find it and hang on with 4 seconds left to go on the penalty to Rex Moe. Want to keep an eye on that penalty box once again. It's face-off won by Monroe. Clearing attempt goes to Matcham at the point. Long shot deflects off of a couple of legs and wide. Now backhanded out of there by Monroe. Both teams back at full strength. Zydeco over 2 on the Badgers Heating and Air power play. So there's a pass out in front for Gordon, just a little bit out of his reach. Thrown off the glass. And out to center ice, back into the Zydeco zone. Ethan Matcham around one check. Has some space, will move it out to center ice. Big number 22 out there for the Zydeco. Threw it on net, kicked out by Kuhn. And now a break back the other way. Over the line, Oscarson, glove save! Brendan Colgan flashing the leather down to our left. A perfect hop for the Moccasins. Found Helmer Oscarson in from the blue line. He went forehand, backhand, which is how they scored their first goal, and Brendan Colgan said, I don't think so. Left-handed larceny from number 1 in white. That's a huge stop there from Colgan. After the penalty kill from Monroe, they score there. There's a lot of momentum riding on their bench. Number 1 looming large. Draw is going to be to his left. Zydeco control at Chirac, looking up ahead for Alexanian. He was stood up there by Hal Gustafson. Thornton will take it away for the Zydeco. He comes near side for Kuznetsov, goes off of the instep of his skate. And into the Moccasin zone. Oh, now a gift taken away by Kuznetsov. He made a drop pass there. I think he thought that Alexanian was a little closer than he actually was. But in all reality, it was just Kuznetsov in alone on goal. Now he goes colliding in the corner with Hagenmo. Clearing attempt goes past Thornton and all the way down to the Zydeco zone as there's some bodies being thrown in this second period. Here's Rio Namiki for Kuznetsov, who will redirect it in. Not very deep, and the Moccasins will bring it back out to center. Taken by Oscarson. Thornton will strip that and come back out to center. Got lost in the skates of Alexanian, though. So Monroe will take it right back. Hitting the red line and dumping it in. Pinkowski. Zabad behind his own net. Will start moving through the neutral zone. Goes far side for Chirac. Zabad heading towards the goal. Chirac holding on. Looking for Wilson up top. Dangles around a check. Wilson going cross ice for Lindbergh. Goes off of a skate. Zabad going into the corner there with Schumacher. Deflects off of a stick and out of play into the netting. 8:17 left to go in period number 2. It's 1-0 in favor of the Moccasins. We'll be back right after this.
ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Zydeco fans, you can catch Zydeco back on home ice November 28th as the Zydeco take on the Columbus River Dragons. Puck drop, or excuse me, 29th. Puck drop is at 7:05. Join us right here on YouTube if you can't be there in person, or you can watch us on WBRZ as well locally. 1-0 Monroe with 8:16 left to go here in the second period. Shots are being recorded right now as 17-13 in favor of Monroe. This gets wrapped around the wall. Bouncing puck. Wilson able to settle it down. Trying to get away from his check. Needs some help from Haggerty. Now Wilson gets it back. A turnaround shot goes off of the shin pads of Rexmo. Now Wilson has it again here at the near hash marks. Taken away by Monroe and sent off the wall and all the way down. Race for the puck and icing waved off for some reason. Not sure why. We play on. Pulled out by Haggerty. He'll find Sabat on the far side. He hits the red line and will send this one into Monroe's territory. They'll get a line change. Anderson, the goal scorer. As that pass miss its intended receiver. Now it's wrapped around here to the near side. Anderson once again. Chips it past Lindbergh. Graham down low to help out. We'll wrap it around for Kuznetsov. Whiffed on the clearing attempt. Taken back by the Moccasins. Rexmo, his long shot sails wide. Comes to the near point. Koivuniemi walking down. In behind, looking out in front, taken out of there by the Zydeco. And here's Gordon back the other way, 2-on-1 with Graham. Matt Gordon walking, shooting one. Great back check there by Rexmo. Got his stick on the blade of Gordon's stick. Gordon really couldn't get a good shot off. Now a pass out towards the point was read by Ryder, and he comes out to center. Sent into the Zydeco zone. He's at the end of a shift. The Baton Rouge will take over. Rionamiki behind his own net will set things up. Larwood looking up ahead. That one went off the inside of the skates of Koash. And now Stevens around to check. It's stick check there from Namiki. Koash back to the point. Holding on to it is Schumacher. Back for Koash looking out in front. That one was read by Brody Thornton. And Kuznetsov will send this one out to the neutral zone. Good step there by Thornton, taking the puck away. Larwood. Oh, what a job to still control the puck. Walking in, shooting. Big save made by Kuhn. Oh, Tyler Larwood. Unbelievable job. He got knocked down to the ice and was still able to kick it to his stick and move in on goal. What a play by Larwood. Now in behind, it's Cox. Spinning away from his check. In behind, holding on to it. Turning shot. They score! Jay Cox held on to the puck for just a second longer. Decided to spin to his forehand and threw a shot on net. Beats Sean Kuhn on the glove side. And the Zydeco have tied the game at 1. Jake Cox with his third goal of the season has tied the game at 2 for the Zydeco. Or excuse me, at 1 for the Zydeco in the second. So we get an icing call. We'll bring the faceoff back into the Moccasin zone. That was kind of similar to the goal that we saw last Friday, Narek Alexanian's goal at the end of the first period where they just took a little extra time. They didn't rush the shot. They didn't try to wrap the puck around. It was a long shot from Matcham. Didn't make its way through. But took their time with it and got a better shooting opportunity, a better shooting angle, and it paid off for them. So great patience from the Zydeco on those couple of goals. As here comes Monroe back the other way. Oscarson looking to answer back. Lost control of the puck. Nice job there by Matcham to stay right with him. And it gets sent back into the Zydeco zone. Lindbergh forced to start moving. He'll look up ahead for Kevin Sabad. Now after it in his own end, it's Kalle Koivuniemi. He's met there by Sabad. Now kicked free for the Moccasins and out to center ice. There's a pass wide open through the middle. Forehand, they score! Kalle Koivuniemi jumping up in the play. Grabbed the pass from Ben Stefanini. He was in from the blue line. Was able to fake out Brendan Colgan. And got it past the outstretched pad of Colgan to give the Moccasins a 2-1 lead. A minute and 4 seconds after the Zydeco had tied it. Stefanini and Steinway are going to get the assist on that goal. That Jake Cox goal goes unassisted. As we are back to the play, 2-1 in favor of the Moccasins. It's in the Zydeco zone and behind the net. Bounces free for Anderson. Tried to chip it around the check of Kuznetsov, but took a hit instead, and Graham takes the puck away. Entering over the line, just offside, as Gordon could not toe the line. 4 minutes left to go here in the second period. 2-1 Moccasins. We'll be back to Monroe right after this.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church Funeral Services will handle it all with care and passion. Church Funeral Services.
Welcome back to the Monroe Civic Center. Andy Petzinger here. Up top in the press box, it's 2-1 Monroe with 4:01 left to play in the second period. Zydeco tied things up thanks to a Jake Cox goal. The Moccasins answer right back 1 minute and 4 seconds later to take a 2-1 lead. Here's Kuznetsov looking far side for Gordon. He's got Graham going to the net, just out of his reach. Now Nemeki keeping this puck in. Will throw it down low. Nobody home for the Zydeco. Hal Gustafson there for Monroe. Clearing attempt goes right into the stomach of Anderson, who then got dumped by Nemeki. Here comes Monroe back the other way. Anderson right out in front. Back pass from Ryder. Comes back to him here in the slot, taken away by the Zydeco, and we are going to get a penalty here on Baton Rouge. Rio Namiki going to head to the box. So an interference call. We go back to the Wilson Warehouse penalty kill. 1 for 2 today. Good veteran move here from Brendan Colgan, just kind of taking a little extra time getting ready. He knows it's the end of the period. His guys might be a little more on the tired side, so want to make sure that they've got enough time to prepare themselves for this PK. An important PK here. You don't want to give up another goal late and have a 2-goal deficit to come back from in the third. As off the draw, it's controlled by the Moccasins. Poash going down low. Pass back out to the point, taken away by Cox. He moves it over for Chirac, who backhands it down the length of the ice. 1:42 left to go on this penalty. To the far side, Anderson couldn't get around Kleber, who then sends it out to center ice, deflected off of the referee and back into the Zydeco zone. And touched by Monroe, so it's going to be an offside call with 2:44 left to go in the period. 1:29 left to go on that penalty. Fans, just a reminder that all road games the Zydeco play this year are sponsored by Momentum Cleaning Services. We will also have them for our 3 stars of the game as well, sponsoring that. Moccasins trying to come back into the Zydeco zone. Step up there by Lindbergh. Takes that one away and sends it all the way back to the Moccasin zone. 1 minute left to go on this penalty. Good stick check there by Larwood at the blue line. Taken away from his man. Killing some more time off the clock. Now he takes it away in the offensive zone. Larwood now drag move around. His check of Schumacher was lost in the skates and then cleared back out by the Moccasins. Chris Corrigan below the goal line, holding on to it, looking over his options at the very top. Now looks to the near side here for Conway inside the circle. To the point, Koibaniemi holding on to it as a man backdoor. Likes to go up top for Corrigan. He shoots, deflected off of Matchaman wide. Good thing because Colgan never saw it. Conway has it with 15 seconds left to go on the penalty. Holding, shooting one towards the net. Deflects on goal. Good save by Colgan. Rebound cleared out of there by the Zydeco and all the way down. That'll kill off the rest of the penalty. Couple good stops there by Brendan Colgan through a screen. Had to scramble there as the puck was free in the crease. Cleared out by the Zydeco. We are back to 5-on-5. 2 for 3 is the PK. Now back comes Chirac back the other way. 2-on-2. Now 3-on-3. Chirac will leave it for Sabat in the high slot. Shooting one, deflects off of a stick and out of play with 55 seconds left to go on the clock. Big penalty kill there for the Zydeco. Like I said, the last thing you want to do there is give up another power play goal and give even more momentum to the Moccasins. Draw's going to be to the right of Kuhn. As the Haggerty line, the Haggerty, Sabat, and Wilson line is going to be out there with Thornton and Kleber. We'll need to reset for this draw. The center sent out for Monroe. Now controlled by the Moccasins. They'll start out to center ice. Near side here, it's Steinway over the line. Shooting one on goal. Colgan, a juggling save. Had to be careful with that one and keep it in front of him. That one snuck up on him. That was actually a very smart play there by Steinway. It looked like he was going to try to pass that one back towards the middle and then ended up on no-look shot on net, and it fooled Colgan just a little bit, but he was able to juggle and make the stop. Off the draw, the Zydeco control. Kleber throwing it up ahead. There's Wilson. He's got Sabad with him. Wilson had the puck rolling, couldn't settle it down, throws it through the slot. Haggerty back to the point. Thornton's long shot gets kicked to the corner. Sabad after it there for the Zydeco, knocked off of his stick, but Wilson and Sabad converge and try to take that puck away. And out comes Monroe. Hullaby will send it down low. Final 10 seconds about to click off the clock here in the second. Clearing attempt goes right onto the stick of Anderson. He'll hold on to it, looking for one last shot. It's going to end up just dragging out the clock, and that will do it for the second period of play. So things certainly starting to open up here in this hockey game. Got 3 penalties in that period, 3 goals as well. Started out with Monroe on a beautiful move by Stefanini to be able to get around a check, and he got the puck over to Anderson, who went upstairs over the glove hand of Brendan Colgan to get the first goal of the game. The Zydeco answered right back. Jake Cox with a nice patient play came out from behind the net, held on to it, decided to spin to his forehand and let a shot go. That beat goaltender Sean Kuhn over the glove. Tied the game, and a minute and 4 seconds later, a breakaway for Kalle Koivuniemi jumping up into the play. He gets his first to give the Moccasins a 2-1 lead. We're going to head to intermission break. We'll be back right after this.
You are so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. To me.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There's a time we all know is coming, but nobody knows just when. If you don't have a plan or you don't understand how or where to begin, at church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
We've gotten very good at roofing. We're good at the actual work, but also the documentation from the beginning. Getting everything with the client. What do they need? What are their needs? And then how can I give them a couple of options? And then from there, during the process, they know what's going on. And then at the end, feeling good about everything that's complete, and they're happy when they're done with their job.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Dawn Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake Benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Dawn Seafood hits the table. From our team at Dawn Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together. Find
More of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love, more of the flavors you crave, more staycation relaxation. All this plus an exceptional staff. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Does he think he's better than us? We'll find out. Think you're better than us with that fancy stick work, huh? Buddy, watch this. Yeah, you got good hands. But watch this. Let's get out of here, MJ.
Hey, I'm Dr. Donald. Scott, come on in, Scott. Thanks.
Scott, you ready? All right, you can have a seat right here.
All right, Scott. We're going to get you all fixed up today, okay?
A few moments later.
All right, Scott. Good as new.
Thank you, Dr. Donald.
You're welcome. Welcome to Advanced Dental Care, official dentist of the Zydeco hockey team. Whether you're a hockey player or not, we can give you the perfect smile.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
The 2024-25 Broadway at the River Center Theater season is simply the best, featuring 4 big, bold Broadway hits coming to Baton Rouge. The season opens with Shrek the Musical, the Tina Turner Musical, Chicago the Musical, and Pretty Woman the Musical. Get the 4-show package for as little as $235. That's less than $59 per show. Learn more at RaisingCanesRiverCenter.com/Broadway.
Immense Network started when I went to a computer club meeting in the 7th grade that Brett organized. At that point, I had never met anyone that was as good at computers as Brett was. And by the 8th grade, we figured out that this was something that we could do professionally.
We moved to Baton Rouge to go to LSU, and that's really where our business got planted.
Give Immense a call. Let us show you how IT should be done.
Find more of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love with 1,000 slots, 50 tables, and a sports book. More of the flavors you crave with the area's best Asian cuisine and great steaks. More staycation relaxation with our rooftop pool, luxury rooms and suites, and epic views of the Mississippi. More top-name performers and the best local artists, plus an exceptional staff to take care of your every need. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical to save the day. From electrical issues to keeping you comfortable, plumbing repairs, and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, your one-stop solution for electrical, AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call or visit us online at southernairbr.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktails. Wall-to-wall, state-of-the-art TVs mean you'll see every touchdown, Hail Mary, and big turnover in crystal clear HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino in Baton Rouge, where every moment is a win.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tremonti's on-site catering is the best in Baton Rouge. Our friendly staff brings everything to our client's location, set up, serves guests, and cleans up once our guests are satisfied and full. Tremonti's caters weddings, corporate events, parties, luncheons, crawfish and shrimp boils, breakfast, fundraisers, barbecues, and much more. Good meat ain't cheap, and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com, 225-751-7665.
For the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Thornton throwing it towards the goal, looking for a redirect, didn't get it. Conway for Haggerty, back door, they score! Elijah Wilson, wide open at the side, a one-time shot. We're tied at 5. Back in Monroe at the Monroe Civic Center. Andy Petzinger here to give you your intermission report. Your Baton Rouge Zydeco trail up by a score of 2-1 through 40 minutes of play. There were 2 penalties each in that period. Jay Cox and Rio Namiki were sent to the box. Monroe was able to convert on the Cox penalty. That was Anderson. Blake Anderson getting his 4th of the year to give the Moccasins a score or a lead of 1-0. Zydeco fought back. Jay Cox able to get the Zydeco on the board with his 3rd of the season. Minute and 4 seconds later, the Moccasins were able to take the lead again on another breakaway, this time from just about the tops of the circles, and it was Callie Koivaniemi pitching in from the blue line position, was able to deke out goaltender Kogan and slide it just inside the near post to give the Moccasins a 2-1 lead. Shots in that period were 8-6 in favor of, or excuse me, 9-6 in favor of the Zydeco. Shots are now 20-17 through 2 periods of play in favor of Monroe. Let's take a look at the schedule ahead. We all know that this is going to be a long week for a lot of teams, Zydeco included. Tomorrow, Danbury and Binghamton will go head-to-head starting at 5 o'clock Central Time. Port Huron and Motor City. The Intermission battle will start at 6:05. The Zydeco will take on the Columbus River Dragons in Columbus. That will start at 6:05, and Monroe will travel to Mississippi to play the Seawolves. That starts at 7:05. Quick note here from the Zydeco, just in regards to the military replica jerseys. They have not made it to our offices yet. We understand the frustration. We were told they were going to be here by the 21st. We do sincerely apologize for the inconvenience, and as soon as we get those jerseys in, we will get word out to you all as soon as possible. It is 2-1 Monroe. Through 2 periods of play, we'll be back with the 3rd period right after this.
You are so beautiful. To me, you are so beautiful. To me.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
There's a time we all know is coming, but nobody knows just when. If you don't have a plan or you don't understand how or where to begin, at church funeral services, we'll handle it all with care and passion. Church funeral services.
We've gotten very good at roofing. We're good at the actual work, but also the documentation from the beginning. Getting everything with the client. What do they need? What are their needs? And then how can I give them a couple of options? And then from there, during the process, they know what's going on. And then at the end, feeling good about everything that's complete, and they're happy when they're done with their job.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Dawn Seafood, our weekend brunch isn't just a meal. It's the moment you've been waiting for all week. Begin your legendary weekend with brunch favorites like our shrimp and grits, crab cake Benedict, and of course, bottomless mimosas. Let's be honest, the party doesn't start until Dawn Seafood hits the table. From our team at Dawn Seafood, we want to thank you for the past 90 years and cheers to many more together.
Find more of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love, more of the flavors you crave, more staycation relaxation. All this plus an exceptional staff. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Monroe Civic Center here in Monroe, Louisiana. About a 3.5 hour drive up north from Baton Rouge. The Zydeco trail at 2-1, heading into period number 3. Just a quick note from me. Thoughts and prayers out to the Calvin University Hockey Club family and the family of Mike Petrusma. Mike Petrusma was the longtime head coach over at Calvin University. 28 seasons out in Calvin. Had a 520, 210, and 37 record over there. So an absolutely phenomenal coach. I actually got the chance to be his player for a 2-week span when I was playing college hockey. So he passed away this past week. So thoughts and prayers out to the Calvin University hockey family and the family of Mike Petrusma. During the intermission break, there was as the Zamboni was out, there was some tending to in the crease where Colgan is in this period. Looks like there was some problems with the ice. Once again, another divot. But this time on the opposite side, we saw one earlier on our left-hand side here. This time it's off to our right, so something to keep an eye on. There's also 2 patches of ice that were not Zambonied in the Zydeco zone, so that's going to be a lot rougher ice than everything else. So it might screw up the trajectory of the puck, but something to keep an eye on as the ice is still fresh here for the first, say, 5 to 7 minutes of this third period as we are back underway here in Monroe. Opening faceoff brought to you by Sullivan Steakhouse. Moccasins start coming into the zone. Nice job getting around to check a backhander on the way from Oscarson, but was whiffed on. Comes back out to the point. Hal Gustafson goes D to D. Conway will drop to Hal Gustafson. His long shot kicked out of there by Colgan. Now Oscarson back to the point. Conway has that one knocked off his stick by Haggerty and out to center ice. Then Stefanini looking for Conway, driving towards the net, but Larwood was all over him, did not allow him a chance to get to the net. So now the Zydeco will set up their breakout. It's Garrick Lindberg behind his own goal. Flips it through the air and back into the Moccasin zone. Graham after it. He's pinned up along the wall, gets some help from Larwood to match him at the point, deflected off of his skate and bounced off to Monroe hands. They come back the other way, but taken from them by Kuznetsov. He one-ups it for Graham. Looking out to Larwood, tried to kick to the stick, but it was behind him. Now he spins around and throws a back pass for Graham. Couldn't hit him in the slot, and the Moccasins will send it back to the Zydeco zone. Larwood has Graham up ahead, couldn't get it to him. Taken back by the Moccasins. Now Anderson looking up ahead for Corrigan. Spins out to the near side. Hit a long slap shot from the point. Steinway, that was blocked by Kuznetsov. Now Matcham will step up and take that puck away. Oh, he's trying to go for Larwood, but Larwood was going off for a change. Nice job by Matcham to stay with it, though, and clear this one into the Monroe zone so the Zydeco can get a full line change. Namiki in behind his own net will go over to Alex Sanyan. He skates through the neutral zone, hits the red line, and will dump it in. Cox after it. He's in behind the net. Spins away from a check of Schumacher. Tried to jam this one in on goal on the far side, but ready there was Kuhn. Now Sherrock out to the point for Namiki. He'll hold on to it, throwing it towards the goal. Was knocked down there by Hal Gustafson to the corner and cleared through the neutral zone and down all the way. This one will not go the length for icing. Boy, that took a bad hop for the Zydeco. Hit right on the corner and rode the goal line. So an icing was not called. Kind of looked like the back in the old days when the DVD screensaver was up. You would wait for it to hit the corner. That's exactly what happened just then. Nemiki behind his own net, escapes one check, will move it along for Wilson. He'll come through the neutral zone. Wilson pulling up, looking for his options to develop. Had a man come up from behind him. Throws it down low. Haggerty leaving it for Sabad. His shot, a headhunter, goes up off the glass. Kept in, though, by Wilson. Looking to go to the near side for Sabad. Intercepted and cleared. Now Lindbergh over the blue line will throw a shot on net. Stopped there by Sean Kuhn. And he will hang on. 16-10 left to go in period number 3. 2-1 in favor of Monroe. That's our first whistle of the period. Draw is going to be to the right of Sean Kuhn. Grant. And we'll get a whistle stopping play with 14:57 to go. In the third period, we will go to immediate timeout. 2-1 Monroe. We'll go to a commercial break and be back right after this.
We do things with passion. Everybody here really is invested. So if something can be done better, we challenge the status quo.
Zydeco fans, Tanger Outlet Mall is a proud sponsor of your Baton Rouge Zydeco. With hundreds of brands and unbeatable value, Tanger Outlet Mall has you covered on all fronts. Visit Tanger right off of I-10 and Highway 30 in Gonzales. As here comes Zydeco back the other way, it's Wilson trying to drop that one off for Sabad, but a nice job on the back check for the Moccasins. Denied that chance. Now a bouncing puck goes in on goal. Kuhn will get a glove on that. And we get some pushing and shoving in front of the goal. Wilson going at it in front with Pinkowski. Mixing it up just a little bit. Apologize for the internet issues we were having here. 2-1 in favor of the Moccasins. 14:41 left to go here in the third. Draw is going to be to the left of Kuhn. Hullaby and Elias Thompson look like they're trying to set something up here, so we might end up getting some fisticuffs to start out. As off the draw, yes we do. Here we go. Elias Thompson going up against Hullaby. They're bear hugging right now. Trying to get an arm free. There's a shot to the back ahead from Hullaby. Now both guys go scattering down to the ground. Hullaby trying to get back up, and the linesman come in and intervene. Neither guy there really able to break free from the bear hug that they had with one another. Hullaby was really the only one that was able to try to get an overhand shot on Thompson. But to this point, that was about an even fight, I would say. As we get back to the play, puck is frozen there on the dot. Finally cleared out of there by the Moccasins and sent back into the Zydeco zone. Lindbergh, the first one after it for Baton Rouge. Uses his partner nicely there. Matcham able to escape a check as well. Now he sets up the breakout, I should say. Matcham looking to the near side here for Graham. He deflects it in, and it's the first one after it in the corner. Now in behind, the stick of Gustafson. How Gustafson breaks, however, goes right to Conway. And he'll get it out to center ice. How Gustafson can get a line change. Now Stefanini looking over for Koivuniemi. Holding on to it. We'll drop this one off. Oscarson holding on to it in behind. Comes out the far side. Looking for the man pitching in. Shrugged out by Colgan. Clearing attempt goes right to the stick of Steinway. Walking the line, firing. That one deflected to Oscarson. He's hounded there by Lindbergh, but still is able to control the puck. We're going to get a penalty on the Zydeco here. As it's pinned up along the wall, we finally get a whistle stopping play. And with 13:23 left to go in the third, the Zydeco are going to head back to the Wilson Warehouse penalty kill. It'll be Ethan Matcham going to the box. He'll go for a slash at the 13:23 mark. All right, so another big kill here coming up for the Zydeco. Draws one by the Moccasin. Stevens has it for Anderson at the circle. Takes a shot on net. We'll go back to Stevens here at the point. He goes D to D for Schumacher. Now Koash as Anderson backdoor try to get it to him. Taken by the Zydeco. Clearing attempt held in. Stevens will walk to the circle around a check. Shooting one, glove save there by Colgan. Read it like a book. Nice job there by Stevens to get around a check and get to the goal. Didn't look like he can get much mustard on that shot, but in any case, Colgan right there with the left hand. .133 left to go in the penalty. 12:56 to go in the period. Larwood, Alexanian, Kleber, and Lindbergh out there for the Zydeco. Off the draw, stuck in some skates. Lindbergh pulls it out. Got hit in the corner, lost control of the puck. Now Koash out to the point. D to D for Stevens. Holding on to it. Oh, the back pass was intended for Schumacher. Nice job by the Moccasins, though, to get control again. Koash looking out in front. That pass was in between a couple of players, taken away by Alexanian. He'll send it the length. 1 minute to go here on the penalty to Ethan Matcham as the stick of Kleber was knocked away from him. No call made. Now Koash over the blue line. Takes a hit, still controls the puck. Nice job there by Koash to still regain control out to the point for Koivuniemi. Stevens down low. There's a shot save made. Rebound all went right to Koash on the back door. But Koash really couldn't get a good handle on the puck. Cleared out by the Zydeco with 33 left to go on the kill. Looking near side. Stevens shooting. That one goes up off the glass, wraps around and out to center. Brody Thornton in his own end. Holding on to this puck with 15 seconds left to go on the penalty kill, just trying to waste a little more time as he slaps this one down the length of the ice. That should do it for the Wilson Warehouse penalty kill, which now is 3 for 4 on the night. Another good penalty kill there from the Zydeco. The Moccasins start their breakout out to center. Flipped up ahead for Conway. Offsides is the call. So with 11:04 left to go here in the third period, 2-1, Monroe. Draw is going to come just outside the Zydeco zone. Fans, a reminder that all road games are sponsored by Momentum Cleaning Services, as are our 3 stars of the game. Momentum Building Services, provide a healthier environment for your customers and employees. As the Zydeco gets started back in over the line, it gets dumped in, chasing after it. Haggerty wrapped around the wall and all the way down to the Zydeco zone. This should go the length for icing. It will. And with 10:40 to go, we will get an offensive zone draw for the Zydeco. Another shout out to all of our fans over at La Chene Brewery with our Road Watch party. Hope you all are having a good time tuning in to the end of the broadcast. Off the draw, Monroe will wrap it around. Took a funky hop off the glass and comes out to center. Here's Stefanini around Lindbergh to the goal. He scores! Ben Stefanini having himself a whale of a hockey game. Dipped the shoulder and drove right toward the net. Was able to slip it in between the pads of Brendan Colgan, and the Moccasins have a 2-goal lead. So Monroe takes a 3-1 lead on a great individual effort from Ben Stefanini. As Ethan Matcham hits the red line, we'll dump it in. Bouncing around at the blue line, picked up there by Ryder. Now sent up the near side wall. Graham now at his own blue line. Will hit the red line and dump it in deep. Kuhn after it in behind his net. Will set it up for his defenseman. Ryder will throw this one through the neutral zone and all the way down. The first one after it here is Anderson. He'll hold on to it, try to throw it up in front. Could not, and Garrett Lindbergh starts back the other way. 3-on-3. Puck is rolling on him. Dropping it to Kuznetsov in front. Oh, and a good stop there. Sean Kuhn. Kuznetsov had that one kind of catch him in behind. Was able to throw a one-timer on net. Sean Kuhn was able to not only make the stop, but reel it in. 3-1 Monroe with 9:29 left to go here in the third period. Zydeco need a comeback.
Find more of what you're looking for at L'Auberge Baton Rouge. More of the games you love with 1,000 slots, 50 tables, and a sports book. More of the flavors you crave with the area's best Asian cuisine and great steaks. More staycation relaxation with our rooftop pool, luxury rooms and suites, and epic views of the Mississippi. More top-name performers and the best local artists, plus an exceptional staff to take care of your every need. Add more to your story at L'Auberge Baton Rouge.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical to save the day. From electrical issues to keeping you comfortable, plumbing repairs, and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical, your one-stop solution for electrical, AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call or visit us online at southernairbr.com.
Back in Monroe, the Zydeco trail by a score of 3-1. Fans, would you like to have one of the Zydeco come out to your school or event? Contact Grace at brzydeco.com in order to schedule a meet and greet with your favorite Zydeco players. 9:29 on the clock here in the third period. Zydeco trail by 2, and they need to start pushing in order to give themselves a chance to come back here. A lot of the play has been down to our right. Want to change that as soon as possible. This gets sent the length of the ice for icing. Now, the MO for the Zydeco all year long has been just never say die. They are never out of a hockey game. Can feel as comfortable as you want, but it only takes one shift in order for the Zydeco to get back in this game and start turning the tides. As there's a shot right off the draw, that's stopped by Kuhn. We'll do that face-off all over. Now we got the Haggerty, Sabat, and Wilson line, which is usually the line that starts bringing the chances and energy. As here's Thornton at the point. His wrist shot right into the glove of Kuhn, who hangs on to that. He had a real good look at it. Not much traffic in front of Kuhn. Face-off will stay to his right. Get a new center for Monroe. About the third or fourth time that that's happened to them today. This time they're able to win the face-off, wrapped around the wall, past Stefanini, and out to the Zydeco zone. Namiki there. Had Stefanini all over him. Needs some help from Haggerty. And now a pass goes right to the stick of Wilson, who now forwards it up ahead for Sabat. Trying to cut towards the middle. Ran right into Hal Gustafson, who took the worst of the hit, but still separated Sabat from the puck. Now the Zydeco bounce one back into the Moccasins territory. Hal Gustafson there. He'll move it over. That pass from Koivu Niemi deflected off of one of the Zydeco stick, but right to Anderson. He comes in over the line, and offsides is the call. 8:18 left to go in the third. Shots as of right now are 25-24 in favor of the Moccasins. Taken by Steinway. He'll throw it into the Zydeco zone. Kuznetsov will flip this one through the air and out to center. Turned right back, though, by Anderson. Couldn't get it past Matcham on the dump in. And now Lindbergh will go up for Kuznetsov, who tried to backhand that one up ahead through the neutral zone. However, deflected off of one of the Moccasins and into the Zydeco bench. So we'll get another whistle with 7:57 to go here in the third. Faceoff will be once again just outside the Zydeco zone. Off the draw, Matcham will control, leaving it for Lindbergh. He looks up for Gordon in the neutral zone. Had that puck flutter on him right as he was about to get to the blue line. Now Lindbergh has it again. He'll drop it off for Graham, but it was read by Corgan. And he'll get some help to send this one back into the Zydeco zone. Icing waved off. Everett Thompson not happy about it, and I could see why. Not entirely sure why that was waved off, but it was. Now they battle for it in the corner. Wrapped around the wall out to the point, Steinway. Goes D to D. Mo, his long shot, stand-up blocker saved by Colgan. Now back out to the point. Rexmo looking across for Ryder. Back to Rexmo up at the point. His slap shot deflected off a stick and in behind. Anderson gets sent to the deck there by Graham. Puck stays free and finally picked up by Lindbergh, who will go off the base of the boards and out to the neutral zone. Turning right back up. It's Hagenmo. His shot. That one goes blocker side and off the glass. Now, strange hop off of the partition. Went right towards the front of the Zydeco goal, but thankfully Ethan Matcham was there to clear. Zydeco are in need of a line change. We're only able to get Graham off there as here comes Hagenmo holding on to it. Tried a wrist shot there in the slot. He whiffed on it. Now Tyler Larwood back the other way. He's got Shurak and Kuznetsov with him. Drops it for Kuznetsov. He scores! Dmitry Kuznetsov at the end of his shift unloaded a laser that went right up over the glove of Sean Kuhn. And after being hemmed in their zone for at least 30 to 40 seconds, they come back the other way at the end of a shift. And Dmitry Kuznetsov brings the Zydeco back to within one. And we have Narek Alexanian needing some help to get off the ice here. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I didn't get to see the injury, but he is not putting much pressure on that left leg. Hopefully it's just a stinger and nothing more. But the Zydeco back to within one. Kuznetsov with his 6th of the year with assists from Larwood and Haggerty. Back in the Zydeco zone, here's Wilson. He'll throw this one up ahead. Sabad streaking in behind. Saw the hit from Gustafson coming, was able to evade it, but lost control of the puck. Nemeki is able to keep the puck in at the blue line, though. Nemeki dropping it off for Haggerty. Missed him, but Wilson carries on. He's knocked off the puck there from Conway, and back comes Oscarson. Drop pass for Conway. He overskated. Still is able to get it down deep into the Zydeco zone. And Brody Thornton will settle things down. Thornton moves it over to Graham on the far side. He'll hit the red line and chase after it. Kuhn coming out to play the puck. There's a broken stick in behind the net. Want to keep an eye on that so puck doesn't hit it and change directions on you. Now bouncing up in the air. Cox able to put it back to the point. Lindbergh walks the line. He'll shoot and he scores! Garrick Lindbergh! A long shot from the point that Sean Kuhn seemed to just whiff on. And the Zydeco, just like that, have tied it at 3. Do you believe it? This team is never out of a game, and they're getting some lucky bounce, some lucky bounces. I said it on Friday night last week. It's good to be lucky, and it's lucky to be good. Three to 3 is your score. We got a brand new hockey game here in Monroe. Zydeco looking to still push. Lindbergh has it. Looking over his options, drops it off for Matcham. He'll come to the near side, Shurak. He'll backhand this one all the way back into the Moccasin zone. Monroe will start back out to center ice. Oscarson, 3-on-2, looking for Conway. Back for Oscarson, the redirect, right into the glove of Colgan. He will hang on with 4:31 left to go in period number 3. Tell me if you heard this one before. The Zydeco climb back. They tie the game 3-3. We'll be back right after this.
For the ultimate game day experience, come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Three is your score with 4:31 left to go in the third period. The Zydeco have climbed back in this hockey game. Down by 2. Halfway through the third period, they get 2 goals a minute and a half apart to tie it up at 3. Draw to the left of Colgan. Period's not over yet. You don't want to let your foot off the gas now that you got the momentum. Out at the point. Koivuniemi will wrap it around. A bank feed there from Hullaby from in behind. Finds its way to the slot. There's a turnaround shot from Stevens. Gobbled up there from Brendan Colgan. Zydeco will get a line change. It's Thornton and Amiki on the back end with the Haggerty line. I'll clarify what I was saying. I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Yeah, this is a very talented Zydeco team. Talent is a big reason as there's a bouncing puck that finds its way up into the air and into the glove of Brennan Colgan. Talent is a big reason why this team is able to come back the way that they do. However, that goal just there from Lindbergh on Sean Kuhn, that's a save that Kuhn typically makes. You know, there are times in hockey where you are going to get those bounces. You're going to get the goals that go in, some soft goals. And right now, the bounces are really going the way of the Zydeco. So the saying goes, it's really good to be lucky, but you're lucky if you're good. And the Zydeco have been both. More good than lucky, I will agree. As here's Wilson dropping it off for Namiki. His shot, that one deflected just wide. Sabat in the corner looking for Haggerty coming out to the point. Thornton trying to shimmy his way around to check. A wrist shot got blocked, but it comes right back to him. Thornton trying to get around Hagen. Mo will come down low. Thornton in behind, looking over to Namiki. That one was right in his skates. He really couldn't do much with it, and it gets sent back into the Zydeco territory with 3.5 left to go in the third. Rio Namiki sets up the breakout. Will start moving through center. He's got Graham flying through the neutral zone, trying to hit him there at the blue line. Couldn't get it to him. Goes onto the stick of Steinway. Clearing attempt goes right to Namiki. He couldn't settle down a rolling puck. Neither can Conway, really. He just has to backhand this one in behind. Now given away to Chirac. In behind the net. Chirac out to Larwood. At the tops of the circles. Had that one knocked away from him. And here comes Stefanini, who has been the best player on the ice for Monroe this evening. He was stopped at the red line. Now Conway in his own end. Left the puck there for Oscarson, who flips it back into the Zydeco territory. It's Matcham. He'll wait for his team to get a line change. We'll look up ahead to the blue line for Kuznetsov. That pass was hot. Deflected off of Kuznetsov's stick and goes into the zone. Now Dmitry Kuznetsov, who started this comeback with a rocket of a wrist shot right in between the circles. Gets cleared out to center. Lindbergh now. His cross-ice pass was deflected and corralled by Anderson. Now 2 whiffs from Rex Moe to try to get that pass cross-ice. Finally, he just goes off the wall with it. Taken now, Brody Thornton fighting through a couple of checks. Rex Moe once again having some trouble with the puck there. Gets it as far as the blue line, and Thornton can't get control of it. Down low. And behind the net, Ryder out to the point. How Gustafson walks and shoots. Laying out and selling out the body there was Rio Namiki. Good block. Now Ryder out in front. There's a shot from Anderson. Catches the glass. Bounces in behind. Right out in front. Whiffed on by Rexmo. Picked up by the Moccasins. Good shift here for Monroe. Out to the point. Anderson holding. Wilson has no stick. Anderson coming to the far side. Shooting one. Kicked out by Colgan. Goes right to Wilson, who's stickless. Goes out to the point. Steinway with a minute left to go. Steinway holding on to the puck. Will drop it off. Corrigan looking to go cross ice. Got right into Steinway's legs, who has it now in behind the net. 2-on-2. They're pinned up along the boards. There you see the broken stick get swept away, and finally Namiki will take this one and send it out into the Monroe zone so the Zydeco can get a line change. So we're nearing half a minute left to go in the game. Steinway will dump this one in. Colgan out to play it. We'll wrap it around for Kevin Sabad. Gets stuck in the referee's skates. Comes right back to Sabad. Now Matcham will go for Lindbergh D-to-D. Lindbergh looking for one last opportunity. Skips behind Sabad and deep into the Monroe zone. Wrapped around the wall. Taken by Hagen Moe. He'll clear at the length of the ice. Will Zydeco get there in time? They will not. And that does it for regulation. So we go back to overtime for the second game in a row. The Zydeco this season have only settled one game in overtime. They won that one over Danville. However, this is now their 5th game going to extra time. The other 3 were decided by shootout. Taking a look at the Moccasin side of things. They are 0-2 in overtimes and 1-1 in the shootout. So we will go 3 aside in this overtime. Let's talk about how we got here. Started out in the second period. We were scoreless through 1. Second period open with Anderson getting a breakaway goal. Answered right back by Jay Cox of the Zydeco. Tied it at 1. Minute later, Koivu Niemi made it 2-1 Moccasins, and that was our score through 2. Ben Stefanini picked up his 3rd point of the game in the 3rd period to make it a 3-1 Moccasins lead. And then the Zydeco started climbing back. Dmitry Kuznetsov started it off with a wicked wrister. Right up over the glove of Kuhn. And then Garrick Lindbergh on a soft goal from Kuhn. Threw one towards the net. It's never a bad play just to throw the puck on net. You never know what's going to happen. He did just that, and it found its way through as the puck is dropped Sullivan Steakhouse is sponsor of the opening faceoff. And we go 3-on-3. Everett Thompson elects to go with Brody Thornton, Tyler Larwood, and Scott Chirac. While Mo Levac goes, as there's a shot towards the net. That one was blocked on its way through. Mo Levac will go with Stefanini. Koivu Niemi, as Stefanini takes a spill in behind, but still is able to move the puck up. It's Oscarson. Koivu Niemi up with him, gets it to him. Koivu Niemi on the backhand. Colgan makes the save. Pinned up along the wall. Lindbergh takes control of it. I mentioned it before in overtime. The key to overtime, especially in these 3-on-3 scenarios, is possession. You're going to see a lot of regrouping in the neutral zone. You're going to see a lot of holding on to the puck, just waiting for the play to start developing and start getting your guys moving with speed. So here's Wilson dropping it off for Lindbergh. Coming in over the line, Lindbergh holding on to it with stick check-ins. He was trying to go to the middle. Taken out of there by Ryder. They'll drop it for Anderson. Over the blue line. Anderson shooting one on net. Oh, kicked out of there by Colgan. Looked like it might have changed direction on him at the last second. He got just enough of it on the toe. Now taken by Wilson up for Kevin Sabat. Lindbergh jumping up in the play. Wilson walking, shooting one. Oh, he just missed it wide on the blocker's side. Lindbergh heading off the ice for a line change. Up ahead, it's Anderson. Nemeki just off the bench. Anderson has Ryder going to the net. Anderson walking, shooting, glove save by Colgan. He plays it off for Saban, but the whistle does sound. That was a quick whistle there from the referees. So we'll get an in-zone face-off with 3:06 left to go in overtime. These two teams went to overtime before, and there were a couple of really good chances on both teams. However, the Zydeco carried more of the chances, and that game should have ended if my memory serves. Nick Catola had a breakaway, and Sean Kuhn robbed him blind with a beautiful glove save and sent us into overtime. Gordon for the Zydeco. Settling that puck down. We'll drop it off for Nemeki. They're out there with Graham. Once again, puck bouncing around a little bit. Nemeki had to regroup, especially on the this marked up ice here. Now Gordon over the line, pulls up at the circles. Looking, Graham going to net. There's a shot. Redirect by Graham right into the glove of Kuhn, who keeps play going. Stevens looking up ahead for Declan Conway. Holding on to it. Conway's drop pass missed his man and goes out to center ice. However, picked up once again by Stevens. He'll go to Conway, looking to get a 2-on-1 back the other way. He's got Steinway with him. Conway holding, shooting one, went well wide on the far side. Wrapped around, Matcham. He's got Graham with him, 2-on-1. New guy Matcham. In his second game for Graham. Oh, he chipped it just wide on the glove side. Conway coming back the other direction. Has Matcham all over him. Has to curl back. Chirac and Kuznetsov out there now for the Zydeco. Matcham stays on. Conway, Koivu Niemi, and Oscarson out there for Monroe. That was a hot pass from Conway. Oscarson did a great job to knock it down and still regain control. He's over the blue line, holding on to it. Has Koivu Niemi backdoor. Couldn't get it to him. Matcham stayed with him the whole way. Stefanini now out on the ice. He's got it now. Stefanini, clear lane to the net. Stefanini, the drag move. What a save by Colgan with the left toe. Oh, Brendan Colgan. Stefanini has the hands working today, and Brendan Colgan reached out that left toe and robbed him. Phenomenal stop by Brendan Colgan. This game stays tied at 3. Sabad, Thornton, and Larwood out there for the Zydeco. Picked up by Oscarson. He'll walk the blue line, gets Thornton down. Oscarson around Larwood. His shot. Colgan once again fully outstretched. Got that one with his toe. Oh, Colgan used all of 6'3" on that one to make the stop. Now Stefanini spinning away from Shabbat, but couldn't get past Larwood. As we are under a minute to go here in the overtime period. Trying to get towards the goal was Koivu Niemi, who was taken down. And the Zydeco are going to go to the kill in overtime. Going to be Brody Thornton. His second penalty of the game. Going to be a hooking call. Three for 4 on the day so far for the Zydeco. As there's 41 seconds left to go on the clock. Now, there's a timeout called here. I'm interested because the rule book does say that if there's a player still in the box after overtime is over, that player is not eligible to be used in the shootout. So should the Zydeco hopefully make it through this next 41 seconds unscathed, then I'm pretty sure Brody Thornton is not eligible to be used in the shootout. So we'll see what ends up happening here in this final 41 seconds. But it's going to be a 4-on-3 power play for the Moccasins. Now, in these cases, it is extremely important for the penalty killing unit to not run around. You want to stay tight and concise and make a triangle. Cut off the seam passes through the middle. Keep them to the outsides. Block as many shots as you can. Get as many sticks in the lane as you can to not allow that puck to get cleanly to the net to Colgan. All right, so Everett Thompson is going to go with Sherrock, Cox, and Nemeki. Nemeki eats pucks like no other. And Molevac will go with Koivu Niemi, Oscarson, Anderson, and Stefanini. Off the draw, controlled by the Moccasins. Up at the point, taken away by Scott Sherrock. He'll hang on to this and try to kill as much time as he can. Sends it down the length of the ice. Huge play there from Sherrock to strip that puck and send it all the way back. Now Oscarson to Anderson on the near side. Jake Cox cuts him off. Anderson still regains control of the puck to the point. Down low, Stefanini. Up top, Koivu Niemi. Oscarson shooting one, goes up off the glass, wraps around the wall. 5 seconds left to go on the clock. Koivu Niemi to the near side. Oscarson sends it wide, comes out to the far side. That's going to do it on overtime. 41 seconds, and the Zydeco are able to kill it off. So they go 4 for 5 on their PK in today's game. Only goal was the first one of the game. And that went to Anderson. With Monroe being the home team, they get the opportunity to choose whether or not they want to shoot or be shot on first. Three shooters each. Zydeco are 2-1 in the shootouts. However, that one came against this Moccasins team. How sweet would it be to come here in Monroe and take it right back, especially in come from behind fashion? As starting it out is going to be Matt Gordon. He is going to shoot first on Sean Kuhn. Kuhn, who is very patient, in net, you're going to want to be as patient as possible with him and try to get him to commit early on this dirty ice, though, and the puck has been bouncing around all period. You want to try to be as simple as possible here, so I'm sure we're going to see Dmitry Kuznetsov at some point, who's got the 2 goals that the Zydeco scored in the shootout all season long. I'm sure we're going to see him at some point as we get started out. Here's Matthew Gordon walking right down the gut, shooting, went right off the corner of the crossbar and the post and stays out. So Sean Kuhn gets a little help from the iron, and the Zydeco go 0 for 1. First shooter for Monroe is going to be Blake Anderson. The only goal scorer in the shootout from a month ago was Noah Robinson, and he's no longer on the team. As we wait for clearance from the referees. And off we go. Blake Anderson picks up the puck at center ice. Slowly over the blue line, coming right down the gut. Trying to get Colgan down. Colgan stayed with him the whole time. Great job by Brendan Colgan. Not falling for any of the moves, any of the head fakes. Stayed with him the whole time. And here comes Kuznetsov, 2 for 2 on the season. He likes the move where he just kind of slows down, lulls the goaltender to sleep, and goes right in between the pads, right through the 5-hole. Let's see what he does here. Kuznetsov goes wide. Will hold on to it right through the middle. Backhand forehand, he scores! Oh! Dmitry Kuznetsov switched it up on us. Went to a full stop, brought it back, and threw it over the glove of Kuhn. Zydeco lead 1-0. Elmer Oscarson, the second shooter for Monroe. Oscarson picks it up at center ice. Coming in on the forehand, walking, getting Colgan to commit, but Colgan stayed right with it. Colgan would not fall for it. The backhander went right into his stomach. Colgan 2 for 2. And the Zydeco can win it right here. Jake Cox has a goal and an assist tonight. He'll pick it up at the circle. Come to the near side. Now right down the gut. Cox to the forehand. Oh, he tried to drag it around Kuhn, but Kuhn came out and knocked it away. All right, Brendan Colgan now can secure the victory for the Zydeco. The shooter, Kalle Koivuniemi, scored his first goal of the year on a breakaway. Looking to tie it up. Colgan looking to win it. Koivuniemi right down the gut to the forehand. Colgan makes the save and the Zydeco win. Zydeco come back from behind and win this game by a score of 4-3. What an effort by the guys in white. Welcome to the Southern Air Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing postgame show. The Zydeco win 4-3 in a shootout. Dmitry Kuznetsov with another shootout game-winning goal. His second goal of the night. He had the second goal of the game in the third period and helped the Zydeco secure a victory. Let's get to your momentum building services. 3 stars of the game. Star number 3, Coming from Monroe is going to be Ben Stefanini with just a spectacular game. 3 points, 1 goal, 2 assists. Second star from the Zydeco, Jake Cox, number 34. 2 points on the night, a goal and an assist. And your number 1 star of the game, just as it was on Friday night, Dmitry Kuznetsov started the comeback for the Zydeco in the third period and capped it off with a shootout goal to win the game. We are through here in Monroe. 2 points secured when it looked like they might not get any. Baton Rouge once again comes from behind. They go to 10-3-0-1. We will make our way to Columbus, Georgia. Starting tonight, we will be there tomorrow. Puck drop for that game is going to be at 6:05. Tune in right here on YouTube for the pregame show at 5:40. We'll have a lot to go over. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you to everyone over at Lashen Brewery for coming out and supporting the Zydeco and supporting Lashen. Hope you guys had a great time at the Road Watch. Zydeco win 4-3 and a shootout. We'll see you tomorrow night, folks. Andy Petzinger signing off.
Ladies and gentlemen.